Before we start this video, I just wanted to say a quick thank you for choosing to watch this video. It's not easy putting these videos together, so I do appreciate you being here and choosing to watch. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. If you like the video, share it with your friends, share it with your family, anyone who supports Tottenham. All right, let's go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tottenham Away Ole Ole. Sorry, I haven't been on the airwaves for a while. I had work, and then I was in Lithuania for a 50th birthday, which was quite messy, to say the least. I'm still recovering. Bottle of water at the handy. But I'm back, and I'll be back on YouTube a lot more. Now, didn't realise France were playing Spain, so maybe not the best of time to go live, but I don't care. I'll do what I want. It's the way YouTube works. So we're going to go and do the show regardless. Smash like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the good stuff. You know the drill by now. I've got Benji, I've got Dietrich. What an action-packed show you're in for. And I'm sure as soon as the France-Spain game finishes, there'll be loads of people that want to jump on. But we're only going to have maximum 6 because otherwise it just becomes chaos. So without further ado, everyone in the comments section, good evening. I'll get round to you in just a second. Benji, how you doing, my man? You good? Good to see you on the show.
Yeah, mate. Likewise. Thanks for having me. It feels like I've not seen you around for a while. It's been weird going on YouTube and not seeing your face, mate. Very, very strange. How have you been?
Pretty drunk.
That's a good way to go, mate. It's a good way to go.
Lithuania was
haram.
It was well, some of us like to enjoy life, Dietrich, rather than be in this kind of bubble of hell. But hey, great to have you on. How are you, Dietrich? Other than being
to be honest, jokes aside, I actually missed you and watching your streams. I'm doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for asking.
I feel that's the nicest thing you've ever said.
No, because I did miss you. Not gonna lie, I did.
Oh, cheers for that.
I still don't like you, but I kind of missed you.
Well, now we've got all that excitement and really warm welcome out of the way. Let's quickly shout out to everyone in the chat. And we'll get into the show. Big up Daryl Denton. We could have got your summer over Dubravka on a free transfer. God, our scouting is shit. Off to a negative at the start of the show. We love it. The 2 or 3 strikers we bring in makes or breaks me watching next year. Listen, totally agree. Big up to Daryl Denton. P.S. Yes, I've got a new profile pic. Congratulations. We love it. Grime Garage, how are you? Still surely hardly anyone watch? Probably not. France, Spain, how come you don't seem to be watching the World Cup? I'm not really bothered, mate. It's fixed. I know who's going to win it anyway. Mark Taylor, good evening to you as well. Scott M, Captain Fantastic. The positive train is here. Why not watch the stream and game? It's not a bad idea. Can do both. Swazzy Coyle, big up. Hi, Stel. Good to see you tonight. Good to see you too. We've got Curly Norman starting to fear that Solanke will be starting up front game 1. We're going to get into it. Simon Cohen, good to see Benji. Good guest.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Cheers, mate. I've done it. I've made it. Cheers, pal. Nice
for
Benji. Who have you told to write that? Thank you, babe. Appreciate it.
Just done it. Yeah, nothing nice about Dietrich, so from anyone so far. Facts don't have feelings. Mr. Kalapa, sorry if I butchered your name. You lot rather do this than watch the World Cup. With all due respect, you're watching as well, mate. You're here watching. Let's all get drunk. We are the champions. Waffless. Yep. There are some lunatic fans out there who do think we're going to win the league next year. LV, big up to you. Romero said to be off. Sad to see him gone. His calling out of the board contributed to this summer spending. Listen, I'll save this because that's a good talking point as well. And Dietrich, look.
Yay, there you go.
See?
You've also made it. All righty, everyone. Well, look, I tonight want to start the show by talking about the current situation at the club, which is about the fact that we've got to fix our attack, okay? Now, yes, we've bought some defenders. Yes, we've bought some midfielders. Yes, we've bought a backup goalkeeper, yada, yada, yada. But I feel the biggest problem at Tottenham last season was we couldn't score goals. Now, when De Zerbi came in, defensively we were much better, and we conceded less goals and we conceded less than we scored. So for me, the problem is we cannot put the ball in the back of the net. And if it wasn't for Paulinho, we probably would have got relegated. Let's have it right. Paulinho, his goals effectively saved us. But he's gone now. And as it stands next season, everyone, we are going with a front three of Matthias Tell, Richarlison, and Solanke. That's right. And I don't think Richie's leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. Right? I don't think he's going anywhere. So we are linked to Krupi. We probably maybe will get him. I think that's probably going to be it. Are we going to bring in a left winger? I don't know. The rumours about Krupi, they're on the internet every single other day. Some fans were saying, you know what, they wouldn't mind Mason Greenwood. Well, he's off to Fenerbahce. So, listen, Benji, most fans are super excited about the transfer window. They think Enoch have changed. They think Spurs are going to win the league, or maybe just get top four. I don't know. But, mate, what do you make of our attack? Because I think it's absolutely crap. And I think we need to go. All three need to go. Where are you at with it?
I don't know what you want me to say, mate. Look, listen, I don't want to see Tell and Odebear anywhere near that first 11 ever again. I don't want to see someone like Richarlison put on a Spurs shirt ever again. I can't believe he's still at the club. I will pay them whatever they need to get him gone. He's not a footballer. I'm telling you. Solanke is bearable for me. I know a lot of people dislike him, and that's fine. But I think there is something there with Solanke. I think he is acceptable, even if he's just a backup. But yeah, look, listen, it's got to be a complete and utter overhaul. And again, I'm a bit like you. That's where I would have started with this makeover, because realistically, our weakest point is attack. So, you know, I'm just hoping Spurs haven't blown all their load too early, because you need that left winger, you need that striker. I mean, for me personally, with Krupi, the jury's out on with me for that one, because I feel like Krupi, he's an unknown entity. 13 goals in his first Premier League season. Yeah, sure, it's impressive. You know, he wasn't exactly playing as striker as well. He was just behind. But I feel like it's a risk, especially when you've got players out there like Pavlidis, or even, can you not go and knock on the door of Osimhen? Is that such a terrible idea? I mean, look, I know he's on a lot of wages, but surely he drops him to come to the Premier League. I don't know. As for wingers, look, we've been linked with the main trio, Savinho, Leao, and Gakpo. For me, I would pick, and this is just personal preference here, I would go with a Savinho. I know you can't argue with a GA of Leao and Gakpo, and to be fair, Gakpo's done it in the Prem, so he'd be the safest option. But yeah, look, listen, I'm with you. The front line concerns me massively. And the longer things go quiet for, the more panicky I become.
Dietrich, what do you think? Front three, would you keep any of them? Who would you bring in? What do you think of Krupi?
I would put you at the number 9 position. I don't rate any of them. Can't stand Richarlison, I'll be honest with you. Solanke is made out of glass, so what's the point of keeping him? He's always injured. So you know you're going to be down a striker next year. And Matisse Tell showed you that when times are good, he scores a wonder goal. But when he has his back from goal, we can see the penalty with him. I think he's a liability, and unfortunately, the strike, especially the foreign market, is pretty dry this year. I honestly don't know who we're gonna get, to be honest with you. Do I like Krupi? Yes. Do I like Leao? Yes. But for me, it has to be goal scorers. We need G in this team. Because if you bring Krupi, why do you need touchline wingers? Like, that's what you don't need that right now. We need killers. We need players that are actually selfish on the ball and just trying to shoot and score. That's what we need right now. And are we gonna get that? To be honest, we started the window well, but I don't think it's gonna happen personally. I think we might be lucky if we get one.
Who would you like to see at Tottenham?
For me, if I had to choose My dream would be the Spanish striker that's currently playing, that plays for Real Sociedad. That would be my number 9 dream target. And for left wing, I would get Leo.
Do you not have your concerns of Leo, though? I mean, look, he's known for being incredibly lazy and he's got a massive ego. Do you not think that might cause a problem?
I don't. To be honest with you, I'm not in the camp of wingers have to defend, come back, and help out the fullbacks. I hate this idea because usually when it happens, it means your midfield is pretty. Like, you don't have robust midfielders, but now that we have Tonali, Fernandez, Conor Gallagher, we have runners. We have people that can cover grounds. So how about you just leave? I know he's a diva. Just let him up top. His best ever season was with Tonali. How about you bring back that chemistry with those two? And are you gonna find someone better with this G and this price tag that wants to leave his club? I doubt it. Because if you look right now, like, I'm just using him as example, we're never gonna get him. Like a Barcola, someone that can't finish, that can dribble but just can't finish for the. Even if it live counted on it, he's quoted for 140 million by PSG.
Barcola?
Yeah,
You're all right, you can keep him.
exactly. So most swingers are quoted for 100 millions, and for me, they're not even worth that. Look at Ryan at Bournemouth; he's quoted for 100 million pounds after after not even half a season.
But are we realistically going to get these players?
Leo, for me, Leo is obtainable. It's more than attainable. Everyone, I don't know what's happening in this market, but feels like everyone wants to play on the De Zerbi. Everyone wants to join the Spurs project. I don't know what happened, but clearly money talks. But yes, he is attainable. He wants to leave. Milan wants to sell him. We can get him.
See, the thing for me is, right, if we're going to be serious, we need to have a quality attack. Because the best Spurs teams I've seen in the Premier League was, well, first of all, Harry Redknapp's team, but look who he had up front.
Oh, right? My favourite player.
Berbatov, Keane, Defoe, all of them were brilliant, especially Berbatov. He was class. But then when we were good under Poch, we had the deadliest partnership in Premier League history. So when that's what we were used to, that's when we used to get top 4 guys. Forget winning trophies. That was just to get top 4.
Do you remember Bill?
Right. There's a reason we're 17th, right? These players they're nowhere near the levels. Of course, Gareth Bale, Modric, but I'm talking about the front 3, right? Kane, Son, Defoe, Keane, Berbatov, they were the best years of Tottenham in the Premier League. Top 4, semi-finals, finals, quarterfinals. We were good. We're 17 2 years in a row because we've got absolute rubbish up front, plus some poor managers, other transfers not good. But if we're really going to get back into that top 4 consistently, I think we've got to get a brand new front 3. So even if we just get Krupi, that's not enough.
Well, hold on still. Where do you actually stand on Kudus then?
Kudus is not a goal scorer.
He's not renowned for
he's a creator.
No, but he's not even a creator. That's the problem.
No, wait. Hold on. I rate Kudus. I think Mohamed Kudus is a really good player. He's going to be crucial for us. But I'm just talking about people that put the ball in the back of the net. We don't have that. There's not one player in this team that you know confidently is going to get you 20 goals next season. There's not one single player in this team. It's bringing Scott M. Big up Scott M. There's not one single player for me that I can confidently say he's going to get us 20 goals. And by the way, in all competitions, forget just the league, there's no one. There's not one player in this team that I think can do that. And I think we need 2 or 3 like that.
Can I just say Krupi reminds me of the Defoe?
I like Krupi. I think he's a good signing. But he has to be one of 3. He can't just be alone. We need Scott, I don't know how much of the chat you're listening to, but if you've heard most of it, where are you at with this front 3? Because we fixed a defence that I don't think needed that much fixing. We brought midfielders, which we desperately needed. But we haven't signed one goal scorer. Not one player that puts the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I've heard most of it, and I agree with most of it, I guess. I think that what it's shown for this whole summer that we've been talking about. It is the problem that we're running into. There's no clear answer, right? Like in central midfield, Tonali, Fernandez, and others, there's a lot of like answers. I think Tonali, Fernandez were both happy. They fit with what we need. There's other guys that could have done it as well. The problem that we're seeing in left wing, because I agree with you, Stel, we need goals. We need goals, left wing and striker, and probably another one, right? And I don't think there's anyone who fits exactly what we need. Krupi would be the one, I think, because for me, I think he offers the most potential for goals out of anyone. And I know he's not a typical 9, but I would be willing to say, okay, we got to bring him in, and I trust De Zerbi enough to fit a system that he works in, right? He scored 13 goals last year in the Premier League. So, and he wasn't a traditional 9. So I think De Zerbi has to find a place for him if we bring him in. Pavlidis, I don't watch a lot of Portuguese football, so I can't say that I know him. But looking at all the stats, they're all quality. I'm always going to be nervous about bringing somebody in from a lower league like that. But what I do like about him, he played in Holland, he moved over to Portugal, and he fit in perfectly, right? Doesn't mean, obviously, there's a step up from Holland and Portugal, but at least we've seen him move leagues and be able to transition. Gives me a little bit more confidence when I see guys who have done that before. I think that Kudos is a good winger. I like him, but like he hasn't shown any natural ability to score goals. So I think that if we have him out there, that's great, but we need somebody who scores. And I think Krupi is the one who, for me, offers that from all the realistic options, right?
What do you think about this comment here, right? I'll let you guys answer what you think about this, and then I'll go last. Richie is good for 20 goals this season.
I'm not answering that.
Do you know what's fucked with this thing? Last year, wasn't he our top scorer last year?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much I don't like him, trust me, I'm not backing him. But he does score goals. He does. But I don't want him because he's just technically a liability.
When you say he scores goals, his best ever season in Premier League history was 13.
Give me 1 second. I just want to pull up his overall stats. Give me 1 second.
13 was the best ever amount of goals he scored, which makes him the worst striker of any striker that we kept for 3 years or more.
Honestly, I take back my comment. No, he sucks. Sorry. No, I take it back. I just watched.
It's the same thing when people said we have to keep Johnson. Like every team has players that score goals, right? There's no team that comes up to the Premier League and goes 0 goals for. So I think that's like Richie can score you goals, and when he's your top scorer, you finish 17th in the league. I've said it so all month long. I don't want to do this. Is what we need to be getting away from. If we're buying in Tonali, we're buying in Fernandez, we're spending 52 million on Van Hecke. We need to move away from maybe we can get more from this player. That's the exact thing I think we're trying to avoid, isn't it? That's old Spurs mentality. Hey, maybe this guy can do something when all the evidence shows us that he can't. And that's what I say for Richie and Solanke. I don't want to hear maybe with De Zerbi he can get more. No. Let's bring in players like Tonali and Fernandez that we don't need more from because they've already shown how good they are. That's what we need to do as Spurs. That's what the top teams do. Liverpool bring in Ekitike because they've seen he can score goals. Isaac can score goals.
What a goal.
Bring in, maybe we can get these players who have been terrible for 10 years in the Premier League. They can get better now. That's not what we need.
Yo, what a goal by Poro. Shit.
Did he score, did he? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate. I mean, that wasn't a great goal, but yeah, he scored.
No, the patterns were pretty good.
Guys,
Yeah, fair enough.
Isn't Scott right, though? We've got fans that are doing this. Oh, we can get more out of this player. When I was on We Are Tottenham TV about 2 weeks ago, and they clipped a video of me saying they called it the most the honest review, or I don't know whatever they called it, and I said, because Sim said to me, I said the whole front three need to go because it's all great having a good defense and a good midfield, but if you can't ball the back of net, nothing changes. We're just going to draw a lot of games. And then Sim said to me, but don't you think we'll get more goals from the existing player? Don't you think De Zerbi will get more out of them? And I said, we'll create more chances, but we'll just miss more chances because none of these forwards are good. But there is, Scott's right, there is this thought out there where fans think we're just going to get more out of players. I mean, Benji, where are you at with this? Do you think Slanky's going to get 20 goals next season? Richie's going to get 15? Tell's going to score 12? You know,
here, look, listen, right? I'll say this much: with people with players like Fernandez and Tonali, I think they are going to infinitely improve the players in front and behind them. I am a big believer of that because more chances are more chances, right? However, that does not mean I think we should keep hold of the likes of Tell and Richarlison. There is not enough quality there. And again, I've said this a million times. How anyone can rate Richarlison as a proper footballer, I do not know. Do you know, every time I watch Richarlison, this is what I do, and this is the God's honest truth. And do it yourself. Play along at home.
You do rich, Frank.
I count down from 5 before he fucks something up. Every time he gets the ball, play along, do the same thing, count down from 5, and 9 times out of 10, he'll mess up. He'll do something. He'll either lose possession or misplace a pass. He's terrible. So, look, despite the fact I've said that I think, Tonali and Fernandez will infinitely improve our attacking play, it goes without saying what we've got up top just isn't good enough. So just because they may get more chances, like Still says, doesn't guarantee they're going to score more goals. So, for me, look, you got to get rid of them. You got to get rid of both of them and bring someone else in. I mean, the thing I'm afraid of is I'm convinced at this point Richarlison's going to retire at Spurs because, like Still said, he's not leaving. He doesn't want to leave. But, I'll tell you one thing, though. I know, Still, you've done a video on this. Is it Vlahovic? Am I pronouncing that right?
Vlahovic.
Yeah, Vlahovic. Now, I keep hearing people go, let's take a punt on him. Richarlison has outformed Vlahovic for the last 2 seasons running. No thanks. You can keep his ass.
Listen, when I did a video on is it 3-0?
No, it's offside.
Oh. So when I did a video on Vlahovic, what I found was the player who was at Fiorentina, he's nothing like that player now. But Juventus play different. They don't play to his strengths. So one of the reasons he's not done well is that they've not played the way he is best suited to, which is a concern because that means he's not adaptable. If you can't adapt, that means you've got to build the whole team around the striker. As Harry Kane, he could adapt to any manager, any system and get goals. The other problem I had, and this is the biggest problem with Vlahovic, he's really bad at pressing. And De Zerbi is going to build a pressing team. He simply can't do it, which means the whole press collapses because the striker is the trigger for the press normally. So maybe he could be the player he was at Fiorentina, maybe. But the way we're going to play, it's not going to suit him. So I'm against Vlahovic. As much as I do like him, he's not going to suit the way we play. Whereas when I look at Senesi and Van Heck, you look at all the data of them on the ball and playing out from the back, perfectly suit us for what we're going to do.
Okay, but realistically, is there a striker out there that's attainable that can play in De Zerbi system?
Yes. Have leaders. 100% suits our system perfectly.
Yeah, but that's a gamble.
Hey, Thiago.
What player isn't a gamble?
No, don't give me Thiago, man.
Why? He's better than what we've got.
Anything is better than what we got. Playing with 9 men is better than what we got.
Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney just spent force, and Thiago has had one good season, realistically.
I wouldn't take Thiago, but yeah, Tony, yeah. But that's the thing, the striker market is so dry. Like, there's not like before where they had.
You buy wingers that invert, that get you between 10 to 15 goals each.
But even wingers.
I worked out the front 3 has to contribute 50 goals next season. So we need one player that can get 20 and then 2 that can get 15 each. Or we get 15, 15, 15, and then the number 10's got a chip in as well. In fact, whack the number 10 into it. We need to get 50 goals from the front 4. And then the other 10 will come from right back, centre back, midfield. They'll all chip in the rest. But we need to get 50 goals from the front 4. Right now, we don't have that. We do not have that. Don't care what anyone says to me. unless they all turn out to be really, really good. Maybe Tell or Richie or Solanke, maybe one of them has a really good season next year. We're like, oh, bloody hell, where did we see that coming from? But that's not enough. It's still not enough.
Okay, realistically, if you had to keep, because you know it's not possible, we're not going to sell all three of them. If you can only pick one for next year.
What, to keep?
To keep, yeah, Tell, Richie,
Solanke all day long. It's all day long. It's not even a debate for me.
No, I'd keep Tell.
Wow, okay. Based on...
He's technically the best.
It's just your opinion.
He's technically the best one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I've just gone for technique. That's it. Nothing else. Well, Solanke, what's he good at? What is Solanke actually good at? Holding up the plate. Right. What's Richie good at?
It's more than that. Oh, yeah, but look at Solanke in his first. This season is a write-off.
Benji, we're going to play possession-based passing football. We need technical players. I don't want to keep any of them, but I think he's the most technical player.
Yeah, but Solanke's got a good ability to hold up and pass quite well. That's something Richarlison certainly can't do.
Yeah, but hold up for who?
The wingers to run on. Have you seen the way Tonali bombs forward? There's another one he could hold it up for.
Tonali scored 0 goals last year.
Yeah,
but that's Eddie Howe. No, that's Eddie Howe's fault.
Bro, Tonali scored 4 goals the year before that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Eddie Howe was the reason why he struggled at Newcastle.
But irregardless, he gets himself in those positions.
Well, AC Milan, it was a different story.
I'm going to check now.
Different.
Tonali good at goal stats. Italy. Oh no, this is Italy, the national team. Newcastle. So the most goals he scored in a season is 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the assist.
2. The most assists Tonali's got is 2.
No, it's 9.
No, I'm looking at Premier League.
No, I'm looking at Serie A.
No, I'm not doing this because players look good abroad. They come to England, it's different, right? I'm just going to judge him on what he does in England. Because do you remember when we signed, what's his name? Matthias Tell, but he's part of Bayern Munich. He comes to Tottenham, he's absolute crap.
No, but he never started for Bayern, so I don't know who you listen to.
Adogi, people were just watching the videos.
Adogi was this dynamic, wide playing, overlapping, crossing, creating. Comes to Tottenham, what's he done? So I've got to see if you've noticed, guys. Look at all the players we've signed. Right, let's list them: Van Heck, Senesi, Fernandez, Tonali, Dubravka, Robertson. They've all got one thing in common: they've all played in the Premier League. They've all got Premier. Right, that's a good thing. Right. If we go and sign, so that's why I don't want to look at Tonali and what he did in Milan.
Didn't you see you want Manu Kone? He never played in the Premier League.
I know. And he could come and flop, but I think he won't because he's been one of France's best players in the World Cup.
Isn't he massively injury prone?
No, that's not true.
Oh.
No, not at all.
Somebody said that.
Yeah, but like, I've got no problem with Tonali being at Tottenham Dietrich. I think he's a really good signing. My question is, because you lot said, "Oh, but Tonali bombs forward." He doesn't score goals. He doesn't create either.
Your original question was what's Solanke going to do? And I said he's going to hold it up for the wingers, and Tonali likes to bomb forward as well. His intricate link-up play going forward is fantastic, and for Spurs, he may have more opportunity to score goals. Who knows? None of us can call it. I'm just simply trying to suggest.
You think Tonali's going to score lots of goals for us next year?
Yes, I do believe he's going to score.
Maybe
goals.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
He'll be like,
you can't say either way, can you? Really?
He'll be like Polina. He'll get a few opportunistic goals, but I think almost anyone who's in that role is going to get the goals. I don't think Tonali's a goal-scoring threat. That he increases our goal scoring.
In general, center box-to-box midfielders, they don't score that many goals.
No, I think Tonali will get us 2 to 5
goals.
Also,
yes, but the new generation, they don't score that much.
Listen, we need the front four. Nita, I'm sorry. the majority of Arsenal's goals came from their front three and the number 10. And one centre-back, because Arsenal focused on corner kicks, which we aren't going to be doing, right? So what I'm saying is we need to find 50 goals from the left winger, right winger, striker, and number 10. We need 50 goals. I don't think we're anywhere near that with the players we've got at this club. I'm prepared to accept that one of those players, Tel, Solanke, whoever, has a good season and they get us 15 goals, right? By their standards. I'm prepared to accept that might happen. But no way all three are going to step up and become, 15, 20 goals a season players.
No.
And if you're going to take to me, but Tonali, there's no evidence to back that up.
I'm only basing what I said on the way he plays. I've watched a lot of Tonali, as no doubt most of you have. I've watched him since, I always butcher this, Braskia. Is that the correct name? Braskia, before he went to AC? Since people dubbed him the next Pirlo, which they did in Italy, I've always kept an eye on him and I've always admired him from afar. The way he plays, he is very much a box crusher. If he's played correctly, he's very much a box crusher. And admittedly, he hasn't scored too many goals, but he likes to get himself in those sorts of positions. So regardless of whether he scores them or not, it's still opportunities that come up. That's why I think Solanke would be more handy than Tel, because at least Solanke would help provide players with those opportunities.
All right, let's go around, okay? You've all got to pick one player that we're forced to keep between Richie, Tel, and Solanke. I've gone with Tel. Benji's gone with Solanke. Scott, I know your answer is none of them. If you're forced to, there's a gun at your head and they're going to blow your brains out. Which player would you keep?
I mean, based on their ability, Solanke, but I'm worried that if we keep Solanke, he's going to play too much. And if we keep Tel, I don't think that De Zerbi will play Tel at all. But I think if we're just saying based on who we want as a player, Solanke would be the one I would keep out of those.
So Scott agrees with Benji. What about you, Dietrich?
Shoot me in the brain.
I will rather die. Fair play. Best answer so far. Well done, Dietrich.
All right.
Come on. Pick one. You have to pick one. Go on.
No, what Scott said is kind of smart, because if we keep Tel, he's not going to start, so I'll keep Tel.
Right. Let me reword this. If you had to keep a player and he's going to play, who would you keep if you know he's going to play, Dietrich?
I cannot have another season of Tel. Probably Solanke.
So everyone's gone for Solanke.
Yeah.
So in the chat, Tel, Richie, Lancashire, who by the way wasn't on the list, Solanke. So the chat split. The chat split. There's a couple of solutions here. Watkins, Krupi, and Ismail Sarr. You know what? Ismail Sarr's not a bad shout, you know.
He's not a striker.
He scores
He's not a striker.
He's the right winger.
Yeah, he's not going to play. He's not.
Honestly, I would play Matera.
How many goals did he last year?
Matera.
I think he had his best ever season, maybe last year. Didn't he play at Watford? Am I right? Is it the same one? Watford.
Yeah. He played at Watford, then went to Palace.
Yeah, he actually hasn't scored that many goals. He hasn't scored that many goals. I mean, last season...
He's a moments player, Tel. That's what it is. Sarr at times can look fucking fantastic, but he's just a moments player.
Was he injured last season or something?
Wasn't he injured when he came to the club? When he joined? Was it last year he joined? I'm sure he was. I mean, look, memory serves. I'm sure he was injured when he went to his Crystal Palace, right?
So there you go.
I don't know if Ismail Sarr is like our third attacker we bring in this year. We use him at right wing. If you're playing desperate and you need to put him in a game at striker, I think he could fill in there. I like that better than an Odegaard or a Tel, but Sarr for me can't be like one of our main attackers. He has to be coming off the bench.
So last year he scored 9 goals in the league from 28 games. So that's 1 in 3. It's not too bad.
It's not bad. No.
He got 2 goals in the League Cup. He only played in 1 game. He scored 9 goals in Europe out of 15 games, but it was the Conference League. And then he got 1 goal in another game. So total was 21 goals in 45 appearances, which isn't bad, but bear in mind, most of his goals came from a competition that's absolutely dog shit.
But still good. It's a good return.
Yeah, but that's like saying we should sign Odebert because he did well playing for Burnley in the Championship. No. I mean...
Well, he didn't even do well in the Championship.
I don't think he did play for them, did he? We signed him as soon as they went down.
Yeah.
But you know Somerville, whoever I said signed Somerville was phenomenal for Leeds in the Championship. But all the years he played in the Premier League, he did not have a good output. Nowhere near the levels. Some players are just good in the Championship and just can't step up to the Premier League. Somerville has not stepped up to the Premier League. It's a myth. I did a whole video on it. His output, goals and assists, is not good. Not good at all. And then if people are going to say, oh, but that's because he's at West Ham, then you've got to say that for Richarlison. You've got to say that for all our players as well. Oh, Tell didn't score because he's at Tottenham. Odebert didn't score because he's at Tottenham because we weren't good either. But we know that's not the case. We know they're just crap players.
Would you take Jared Bowen?
Yes.
Wondered.
Would you take Bowen?
Bowen has the output, right, that we need. He has that output that we're looking for. I don't think he'll leave West Ham, but
I never do.
You don't
there are murmurs. I mean, to be fair to him, 9 goals and 11 assists in the Premier League last season is pretty impressive.
I think the only club he would go to would be Liverpool.
But then would you deem him a starter? This is the thing. Is that where we're going? Like,
Bowen is a starter for us.
You think? What?
He's better than Kudus.
Yeah, I suppose he is. His output's better anyway.
Guys, would you take Jamie Vardy? Question down below. Would you take Jamie Vardy one season?
Of course I would. 10 years ago, 100%. Banging player.
Now.
What, so you want to go and dig him up? No. He'd be a bag of bones. That'd be silly. He's 39, isn't he?
How many goals?
39?
How many goals did he score last season?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'll have a quick look.
See, Ollie Watkins in a heartbeat, but are we really going to prize Watkins from Aston Villa?
No, you wouldn't want Vardy. In the Italian league, 7 goals, 2 assists. Come on now. Well, why are we even talking about players of this caliber? It's not where we are. It's not who we are anymore, mate.
I listen. I don't actually care who we sign for the front three. I just need to know that they can score goals. It's the only thing I'm interested in, output. If there's no output, I don't care about dribbling stats, crossing stats, passing, possession. I don't care about any of that shit because the best front three I ever saw was Mane, Salah, and Firmino. And Firmino would receive it, turn, feed in Salah and Mane. And between them three, in the Premier League, they averaged 50 goals a season. Between those three. It was devastating. I need to see that from Tottenham if we're serious. If we're serious, I need to see that. And I'm prepared to add a number 10 to contribute to that 50 goals.
Yeah, but these players don't exist.
Okay, magic wand still. Magic wand. Okay, now realistic.
There's wingers that don't score 10, 15 goals a season. Yes, there is.
No, I'm saying like wingers that are attainable that we can get 50 goals a season.
Who thought we could get Tonali for 100 million at the start of the window? None of us.
No, but I'm saying like, no, I'm talking about wingers, no midfielders.
Mate, I'd sign Noosa. I'd sign Noosa from RB Leipzig.
But Noosa doesn't
score. No, please, Dietrich, if it's okay, let me butt in here. You sign Noosa.
Noosa got 8 GA last season, which is more than the season before, and he improved on the season before. If you look at Noosa's trajectory, he's improved every single season. He's very young still, and his goal contribution for his country is really high.
But he's a gamble.
Mate,
if you're going Noosa, you might as well go Savinho because they are pretty much the exact same, except for Savinho is a far better dribbler and far more dangerous.
Mate, hold on a minute. Noosa last year was the best dribbler in Europe.
Yeah, but that means you just said you don't care about dribbles, you care about GA.
He had the output. He had 8 GA.
But that's not good, 8 GA.
It's more than any other winger at Tottenham last season.
No, but
you're
don't
asking
compare,
for
no,
big
but
boy
you're
wingers.
comparing like the shittiest of the shittiest.
No, hold on.
8G is not good enough.
1 minute, right? 1 minute. You know when we spent 30 million, 40 million on Odebert and Tell and all this stuff, and Archie Gray's 40 million. When you spend that kind of money on a young player, you want them to be something a little bit special, okay? If we spent 30, 40 million on Noosa 2 years ago, we'd have a dynamite player on our hands now.
Yes.
That's how we should have spent the money on young players, buying players like
I don't
Noosa.
disagree with that, yeah.
Okay.
But right now, you don't need
But
Noosa had medical issues, didn't he? As to why we didn't sign him.
Yeah.
But he's better now. He's a better player now. If you're going to take a punt on a young player, mate, all the video analysis I did, Noosa was the one that stood out for me of young players.
If you really want to take a punt, I would take a punt on the guy that plays for Club Bruges. Solis, or I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, Solis is quality.
No, but you see, that's the kind of gamble. He has a GA, but yeah, he plays in a shittier league. But that's the kind of gamble I would take over Noosa.
But Noosa plays in the German league, man. It's a better league.
But he has 8 GA.
Yeah, but he's a kid. He's still
doesn't matter. I don't want kids anymore. I don't want kids anymore.
AGA, is it just in the league?
Archie Gray, Bergvall, none of them had Noosa stats. None of them had Noosa stats.
Coupe's, if I'm not mistaken, Coupe is younger than Noosa, and he scored 13 goals last year.
But I've already, guys, hold on. I've already said I'd take Coupe.
I know, but I'm just comparing. He's a kid, plays in a way harder league, and still outscore Noosa.
Yeah, but Coupe's got Premier League experience. He's got the advantage, right?
Yeah, but he still had 13 goals. Noosa 8 goals in an easier league. He has some good players around him.
Would you take Noosa at Tottenham? Yes or no?
Right now, yes.
But
No. I said right now, yes. I said
bottom of the list.
No, he said right now. No, right now, yes, because we have shit players. But if you give me Rafael Leao, Savinho, Noosa would be dead last on my list.
Yeah, I don't think Noosa, if he's going to be our starting left winger, I would be very worried about our goals next season.
Yeah.
If you're saying you're bringing him in and we're not having Tell or Odebert, 100%. But I think I would be nervous. I think we're hoping that he could produce goals that he hasn't shown he can. And I think, like, I agreed with what you said earlier. So we need goals, we need production, and I don't see it from Noosa. And I don't want to rely on he could get better. Now, if you're saying he's going to be, we're going to have a Leao at the left, we're going to have Krupi up front, and Noosa's going to come in and be a player off the bench for us. I know people, a depth player. Perfect. I would take him for that. But I just think I need to see way more goals first before I would accept Noosa.
And Somerville have one less goal in the league than Noosa.
Guys in the chat saying that Tell's got better output than Noosa. No, he doesn't. If you look at minutes played, Noosa's been better. And if you look at international, Noosa wipes Tell off the floor, mate. Wipes him off the bottom of his shoe.
He still doesn't play international football like for the first team.
Would Noosa be your first choice still?
He's not good enough.
Would Noosa be your first choice?
Over who?
Over Gakpo, Leao, the people were supposed to.
No. Over Leao, no chance. No. I did. Listen, I did a video on Leao as well, and I said we should sign him. I did a video on Leao as well. By the way, he is a little bit temperamental. So,
listen, what you see in the videos,
he does come with a little bit of baggage.
What you see, and this is for anyone who doesn't watch him play, because I'm like Danny, I'd watch a lot of Serie A. What you see in the videos with Leao is not what you get week in, week out. Not what you get week in, week out. He's incredibly lazy. Dietrich, I know earlier you said, that might not matter with the players we've got behind him, and you're right, it might not. He's also very, very egotistical. And look, listen, I know Maverick players like him, because the thing is, he is a special player. He can make things happen out of nowhere, no doubt. But I just think that with him, it could be a bit of a risk. He's lightning quick. He's good on the ball. He's good with both feet as well, to be fair. He can score goals. You can't argue with a guy's GA, but I just don't know if that's the sort of player that would be good for Tottenham right now. Because what if we start the season and things don't go so well, and he has a bit of a down period, which he's known for having. I don't know, just with his attitude and his work rate, he's someone that would concern me.
Okay, I can give you an example.
I do want him though, but
I can give you an example. I'm not saying they're the same level, but Mbappe has attitude problems. But you know he's gonna make a difference. Leao is the same. Give him the ball, he's gonna find ways to score.
They're
I
not
don't
the
care.
same,
But
mate. They're not
honestly,
even close.
no, I'm not saying they're the same level, but like, it's okay having divas.
Yeah, but
having,
Mbappe
like,
can be like that because he's that good.
yeah, but Leao too is that good.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he
Not
is.
even close. No,
Every
he's not. No,
season, he's averaging more than 10 plus goals
Who
almost
are
every
you,
year.
who are you comparing Leao with who?
No, I'm just
Mbappe.
comparing like the attitude. I'm not saying like they're the same level players.
Leao with Mbappe.
Once again, you didn't hear what I said. I just said regarding the attitude. They're both divas. They're both like lazy in terms of pressing and stuff, but you know they can make a difference.
But do you not think it's a bit different with someone like Mbappe? Because the quality is there to see. What he's got.
But Leao
41
too
goals
has
this
the
season.
quality. He just
Yeah, but not on the same level. I mean, look, listen, when you are Ronaldo, Messi, you're okay to be like this because your output is unquestionable. With Leao, 10 GA a season compared to like 41 with it's not, you're not on the same
We're
plane.
not getting Mbappe, so it doesn't matter. We're not getting Mbappe.
That's not what we're saying.
It's a wild conversation. Listen, all I know is anyone that wants to defend Tell, you die on that sword, because since we signed him, we finished 17th twice. He is exactly part of the problem that has crippled this club. It's crap like Tell and all the other donkeys we signed that crippled us into 17th position, along with a shit manager, Thomas Frank, who was the worst. Frank was the worst. Actually, no, Tudor. Tudor was something else. But honestly, anyone that wants to defend Tell, don't ever cry when we finish 17th again, because they're the kind of players that contribute to that mess. And Odebert, and Richie, and Bergvall, and Gray, and all these other donkeys we signed. All of them.
But still, the Tell argument is because he was the only option we had. If Tell was used like he was supposed to be brought in to be used as, right, which is someone who comes on from the bench and impacts the game as a substitute and not as a starter, you're talking a different story, right? The problem is that, like I've said so many times, the hyperfixation on players like the Bergvalls, the Sars, all of them, right? It's because they were the main choices. They were our first team, right? And they should never have been the first team in the first place, which is the exact reason why we finished so low in the table, right? And those, if you're talking about all of those players, none of them are good enough to start for Spurs. Are they good enough to be a 10-minute player to shore up a game or to come on for a bit of minutes? You could argue that, but I don't want a lot of those players there. The only one I'd like to keep as a squad warmer is maybe even Archie Gray, right? Because you're not gonna get rid of every single youngster, because you can't get a team full of professional men, should we say, at this moment in time anyway. So apart from that, like everyone else can fuck off. But Tell, the problem with Tell is that he should never have been a starter in the first place. And if he was a player that was coming off the bench and making a slight impact from the bench, no one be sitting here complaining.
No, Danny. If you had a choice between
Danny's
one of
so
them,
right.
one of them that can come
It's
off
not
the
their
bench,
fault.
him.
I'm sorry.
No,
Dietrich.
him or Mikey Moore. No, I'm saying coming off the bench.
Rather Tell. Mikey Moore's done fuck all. What's he done in this merger?
I'd rather give a million times to my freaking academy players than Matisse Tell.
Mikey Moore has done absolutely nothing when he came on from the bench. At least Tell's done a little bit of something.
What has done Tell?
How about instead of Tell, we bring in Leandro Trossard for half the price? Like, the problem with Tell is he's 40 million. And I know we'll say that's not his fault, but that's what the problem is. If you buy somebody for 40 million, which is, I know now the prices are increasing, it's not that much, but at the time, 40 million could get you a quality player. And instead, we bought a player that doesn't help us at all. That's the problem with Tell.
And whose fault is that? Tell's fault or the club's fault?
I don't blame Tell for that.
Fault.
You don't think I blame the club, Danny? I've blamed the club for years about the transfer sales.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're all sitting here blaming Tell, right? Because he's not good enough, but it's not his fault that he's been the guy as a scapegoat, right? To to be that player that had to play as a left winger for Spurs when he should have never been in that position in the first place. Just like Archie Gray and Bergvall played so many games for Spurs in the first team, and they should never have accumulated the amount of games that they played. And it's purely because our fucking club cannot be run properly, and it only now it seems to be they're finally buying players who are ready made.
Name another Big Six club that fields 4 19-year-olds.
It's ridiculous. None of them is.
Hold on.
Saying that we should replace Tell isn't blaming him, though, is it? Like we want better than Tell.
Guys, 1 minute, hold on. Can't both things be true? I don't blame these players for the club signing them, but they're shit.
Tell is not shit.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't agree with that.
He is.
Danny. Well done for waking up the beast again. Well done for waking up the beast again, because you're deluded. Yeah, I didn't want to come on any other show. I said, no, I'm not doing it. Then I heard you chat absolute rubbish again. You're deluded again. What is it about Tell? What has he done? Has he gave us a ransom or something like that? What is it? What is it? Seriously, can someone tell me now?
Tell has done all right.
Done all right. We
That's my opinion. So
people
you
said
can-
he was crap. We had
you can
Lamella.
agree to disagree.
Pissed off Mr. Cherry Pie now.
No.
Yeah, cherry
The main
pie.
event's still speaking. The main event's still speaking because Mr. Box Office is still around, and that's it. Yeah, because the other channels have banned me because they can't take the main event. Don't matter. Yeah, I'm done with this. You're lucky I've been to bloody gym, bro. You're lucky. Yeah, you're lucky, bro.
Alex, what are you waffling about? Stop waffling.
No, you're lucky I've been to gym. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Anyway,
what has that got anything to do with what we're talking
because you're
about?
lucky I've gone to gym, because I would have gone to town with you if bloody hell we didn't go to gym. Anyway, moving on.
Alex, stop
Moving
waffling and hurry up and say your point.
I'm saying my point. If you keep quiet, the main
You're
event
not.
speaking. The main
You're
event
not.
speaking.
You're not.
Okay, the main event is speaking. This is the point. People interrupt. Anyway, why I came on is why you keep on banging on about Tell. I've got somebody in the chat banging on about Tell as well. Your friend still. Don't want to say the name, right? Okay. What is it about Tell? Seriously. And we got finished 17th twice. And you lot keep on going about Tell. I mean, what are you going to do? Talk about Elderbear now? Right? I mean, the worst thing is, we're linked to Savinho, which I don't even know. I'm just going to spoil my bloody video, but it's coming up soon on my channel. I'm not doing myself any favours whatsoever. Right? But I don't even think he's even better than them. So what are we doing here? And then you lot complain that you want Enid to do better. Please, what are we doing here, bro?
Alex,
You know what I mean?
aren't you the same fan that used to rate Ben Davis
Bro,
in the
I've
days?
told you about Ben Davis already, bro. So Dietrich, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you. Anyway, moving on.
Don't
Right.
take that, mate. That was such a bait.
Don't. I don't want to hear from you. Anyway, moving on. 'Cause I remember what happened on the Hotspur hood. Anyway, moving
Alex,
on.
can I say something?
Right.
Can I say something, Alex?
What happened?
But let me say this.
'Cause-
Right? Okay. What do you want? Do you want strikers that are actually going to do something, or strikers that we're just going to wait for something to happen that is never going to happen?
But you've got to
Because
give him
that's what we've been
time.
doing
You've got to
every
give him
single
time,
season.
Alex. He's a good player.
Sorry,
You've got to give him time, mate. Tell's a fantastic player.
bro. I'm 39 years old. I've got no time, bro. You know what I mean? Seriously. You know what I mean? Still talk some sense into them, bro.
Well, I do think
bro.
so.
Put your cameras on, bro. Just because Mr. Box Office is on, bloody hell. Everyone's turned their cameras on because the man event's speaking. Come on now. You know what I mean?
1,000 times, and I repeat, I would get rid of every single attacker we've got
Except Tell.
No, except for Kuda.
Except for Godo.
Tell, Odobert, Richie, Solanke, all of them. I'd get rid of a lot of them, man. None of them should be wearing a Spurs shirt. Not a single one of them.
Alex, do you not like Savinho at all? Sorry, Box Office.
I'm trying to. I really am spoiling my videos that are going to come up soon. I'm really struck. I'm
I'm here.
not. He's not my favourite player. Let's just say that. I won't say any more than that.
But you like Danny Welbeck, right?
The point I was making about Danny Welbeck, the point I made about Danny Welbeck, at least he can hold up the ball and he actually does a good job. I mean, I'm looking at the strikers we've got, and at least he's available.
Danny Welbeck, good job.
I've got Richarlison.
I've heard it all now.
Can't even hold up the ball. He only plays causes chaos, right? And I've got Solanke. He's hardly fit. So what? I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather have Welbeck. Yes, let's be honest here.
What's wrong with
Come
you?
on now. Sorry.
Madness.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, Alex, I agree with
Am I
you.
wrong?
No, yeah, you're wrong. On that one, you're wrong. I'm
To
sorry.
be fair, Brighton finished. Didn't they finish 6th with Welbeck?
Exactly. And then they're talking to me that I'm wrong. See,
And didn't we have the most injuries in Europe this season?
Daddy, don't do this. Don't do this. You know what? I'll give you some credit, yeah, because I watched that show, The Hotspur Hood, yeah, and you actually made, for the first time in your life, a good point. A good point. Yeah, the first time in your life. Yeah, don't get used to it though, yeah. Right, about Enoch, yeah.
Alex,
Because of money, yeah?
Alex, you don't know what you're talking about half the time, mate.
You do know. You're just gisting right now.
I said you don't know what you're talking about half the time.
I do know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. Don't take the piss. Anyway, moving on. All I'm saying is though, right? If we're really serious about, and we've got a chance next season. We've got a chance next season to get into Europe and maybe do better next season because the other teams at the moment are struggling right now. Yeah, right. Because most of the teams are
by bringing in Danny Welbeck. Yeah.
Well, I'm just giving an example because right now, I made my point about Danny Welbeck, but my point is though, yeah, right, we've got to be serious here. We can't be relying on Tell that we've had how many years now, right? Alderbet, and how many years now, and even Madison, Kulusevski, who are injury prone, yeah, we can't be relying on these players, right, when they've not done good the last couple of years. Because of injuries or form. We can't be doing it anymore.
That's completely wrong because if you actually look at the data from Madison, he's been our best player for the last 2 years from a creative point of view and in the Premier League. So
how many
get your stats right and get your facts right.
How many games
he played 31 out of 38 Premier League games the season before last, before he was injured. So get your facts right. 31 out of 38. Get your facts right.
70 games he's missed, Danny.
Didn't he get 9 goals and 8 assists as well in that season?
But 70 games he's missed, Danny.
It was his most productive season he's ever had for Spurs.
But 70 games he's missed, Danny.
No,
but yet he's still one of the most productive central attacking midfielders in the league, Alex.
But
wake up, man! Wake up!
Somebody's got 70 games that he's missed, Danny. That's the point I'm making.
Alex, you're so delusional about your point. You don't even look at the facts properly. That's how bad it is. Your take is.
No, it's not delusional, bro. But how many games has he missed?
Because it doesn't matter. Games. Madison is still more creative than the majority of Premier League midfielders, regardless of how many games he's played or not. He's still more creative, Alex, and he doesn't miss as many games as you think.
But it's not. Let's not argue about that, though. Let's not argue about that. My point is,
what's your point then?
No, Alex is saying you can't rely on him.
What point is that?
Alex, that's the whole point of building a fucking squad, my friend. You build a squad so you don't have to have Madison as the only option.
Well, we've got what's his name, Xavi Simons, haven't we as well?
Oh yeah, he's still injured, isn't he?
Yeah,
so we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till November for him then. Oh, that's really good sense, isn't it? Bloody hell, what are we doing here? And then people wonder why we should just got relegated then if we don't get any sense. For goodness sake, honestly, what are we doing here? I mean, we're supposed to be a big club, from what I'm told. Yeah, I'm supposed to be excited. But
Alex, you cannot contradict yourself like that by saying we're supposed to be a big club, but then talk shit about Madison not being at this club and we can't rely on him. Because what a big club does is you go and get more players, right? So you have quality like Madison in your squad. Because right now, you need to fucking wake up and stop dreaming in some world where we're going to get rid of every single Spurs player in this window. It's not going to happen, my friend.
Guys, hold on a minute. Can I just bring this back on topic, right? I started the show by saying, it's all good and well buying these defenders and these midfielders, blah, blah, blah. If we don't sign people that put the ball in the back of the net, this is a waste of time. I agree with Danny. We can't fix it all in one window. But Scott said something earlier, which I totally agree with. If we're going to do this whole, De Zerbi can get more out of the existing players, the front three, just put us mid-table now and just don't waste the next 9 months. We need minimum two players that can put the ball in the back of the net. I don't care if they're number 10s, number 8s, wingers, strikers, I don't care where they play. If we don't sign 2 goal scorers, I think next season is going to be a massive letdown.
Still, I think we'll actually agree on a lot of points. What I'm going to say next, right? I think with De Zerbi, right? I don't believe for a second that players like Tell, players like Archie Gray, all of these type of players, I don't believe for a second that De Zerbi thinks they're good enough for Spurs. I think he thinks that they're not good enough. Sorry, right? But he cannot. The problem is he cannot get rid of the whole lot in one window, right? It can't be done. The fact that if the idea is to bring in 8 or 9 or 10 players in this one window is absolutely insane. Because if you can get rid of 7 or 8 players and bring in far superior level of players than the players that had left that you're actually bringing in, that is unbelievable business, right? Right? For your squad, right? And then you can try and fight as much as you can, and with 1 game a week, who knows what can happen, right? And then
why not fix the attack first then, which was the biggest
problem? I think they're building from the core of the team. I think that's why they're taking the longest on the attack, because it's the most important part of the team, or one of the most important parts of the team, right?
Jurgen Klopp, he got Liverpool challenging for league titles, getting to finals. The last thing he fixed was the goalie and the centre back. Right.
I think the problem is still
building a possession-based attacking team. Start with your attack, sort that out.
But I think. Hold on, Alex. Hold on. One thing. I think the problem is that there's not loads of wingers or strikers in the world right now who are consistent goal scorers, right?
Yeah, but
so I think when you look at, and if you look at the way the modern game is kind of developing in terms of you're not seeing the traditional number 9s as much anymore. You're seeing the more like false 9 type, right? I think that's where we're going. I think that's why we're linked with players like Krupi and players like Liao and players like Savinho.
I'm right with that. I'm happy. If we sign I can accept that.
Look, I agree still. Like I've been saying on other channels, right? For me, like my 2 dream players this window, if we could do it, and I still think Spurs, if they really put their money where their mouth is, I think they could do it, right? Is Morgan Rogers and Krupi. They would be my 2, right? If you couldn't get someone like Morgan Rogers, you go and get someone like a Liao.
Is it
right?
he going to Arsenal, Morgan Rogers? Isn't that the rumor?
Most likely, but look, if you're not in it, you can't win it, right? So you can always
prove the money talks. If you can start the money,
you can always put the money forward.
And you stop making excuses.
Dietrich, look at my name.
Hold on. let Benji have his say for 1 minute because he hasn't spoken.
Just quickly. With Krupi, are we not fitting back into what we've been doing previously and looking at the future rather than the now? Look, I know in France he scored 22 goals, which is great. And I know in the Premier League, not playing at striker, he scored 13 goals, which is great. But are you buying him for what he's capable of now, or are you buying him based on what he could be capable of in the future? I mean, like, look, 90 million for a player like Krupi is batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. Not when you can go and buy a Harry Kane for 70, a Pavlidis for 50.
I think it's just the flavour of the month right now. Let's be honest.
And I agree with you. Look, I'm not doubting that he could be a great player and that he's done pretty well in his first season in the Premier League. I'm not doubting that. I just think for the money they're asking, if we go anywhere near that valuation, I think we've done ourselves out of good business.
Benji, have you actually watched Krupi this season?
Yes, I have. He is beyond his years. I have.
But have you actually watched his actual ability?
I have.
I'm not talking about his highlight reels. I'm talking about.
I'm with you. Listen, do you know what? He's got a fantastic ability to score goals way beyond his years. His composure is brilliant. His positioning is brilliant. I understand that, but I just think for the money, you could go and get someone who's more established. I still think there's a risk there, personally. And again, he hasn't played as an out-and-out number 9. And you've got to think to yourself, that's what Spurs want. They want a number 9. I mean,
I don't think they do that. I don't think they do.
I think we need a 10.
I don't think they do, Benji. I think gone are the days where I think De Zerbi wants to model his Tottenham around the way PSG
Yeah,
are.
but we don't know what he wants to do, bro. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you just have to look at the players they're targeting, right? And you've got to remember, I think I can't remember who said it on a show recently, but it does seem that Solanke is someone De Zerbi trusts, and this season he is going to be a player that they trust. And if he can stay fit, I actually believe. I'm not saying he's a great player, but I actually think Solanke can do a job this season.
If you look last year with Bournemouth, would you say Evan Nelson's a good striker? I'd say he's a mediocre striker.
I agree.
Koopy made him look better than what he was.
Agree.
I'm not saying Solanke is going to be better, but I do believe Koopy makes everyone better because the way he just like. The way he moves, the way he positions himself is insane.
I need to address what.
Agree, Dietrich. His IQ is up there with the best.
No, his IQ is insane.
Regardless, listen,
Yeah,
for the
his
money,
IQ's up there with
you're
the best.
telling me we can't go and get better. That is my
You're not going to find
Benji. Yeah, Krupi right now is one of the best youngsters in Europe, and the fact that he's getting better, he went from League 2 in France to the Premier League and played the way he did as if it was nothing. He's got that potential.
No, you mean
that he has that potential that Dele Alli had, right? But if Krupi, if he applies himself, right, he could go to the very top. Like, honestly, he's that good.
This is revisionism, right? This is revisionism.
Stel, being someone who coached youth, what's your honest take on Krupi, please? Because you must have watched him.
Don't deflect because you've said a lot of things. You've said a lot of things.
Alex,
Danny, that you need to be picked up on. I'm sorry. Firstly, number one. Right? No, because you need to learn your lesson. You need to have your medicine. Right? Krupi.
Alex doesn't even listen. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right? You're saying that Eli Krupi's got so much potential, right? Because he's had 2 good seasons. Fair enough. 19 years old. How much luck have you had with 19-year-olds, Danny? How much luck have you had with 19-year-olds in our team right now? How much luck?
What are you talking about, Alex?
Yeah, but those 19-year-olds
he's basically saying on the whole model.
Alex, what are you talking about? Honest, Scott, can you take over, Scott? I'll let you take over.
Don't be rude. I'm asking you a question. How much luck have we had with bringing in youngsters recently who are 19 years old?
I'll let Scott do
None
it.
of them have done what Krupi has done.
So based on your logic, we should not buy Yamal. Based on your logic.
Come on.
No disrespect, but we're never going to get Yamal anyway.
No, but you just said with our luck, we're 19-year-olds. So if you buy Yamal, which he is now,
so now you're going to go.
Alex, don't bite to that, mate. For fuck's sake, don't bite.
No, but it's not.
I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy
it.
No, I'm not saying he's Yamal, but I'm saying like 19. You shouldn't care about age. You should just look at ability and output and the way he plays. That's what you should care about. Age is just a number. You can still buy a fucking 22-year-old and he's still gonna flop.
Look at Akliouche. I bet you every single one on this panel would take Akliouche.
So for 90 million, you're both happy for Krupi. For 90 million, you're both happy with that.
Yeah, 100%.
This is the ridiculous thing you do, yeah? When I ask you a question, you go to the absolute extreme to prove your point, which makes no difference because we're not going to get you, Mal.
But once again, I never said we're going to get you, Mal. But you just said because he's 19.
Just to try and dismiss what I've just said. That's what you've done, right?
Yeah, because it makes no
sense.
What
I asked is that how can we take that risk on 90 million on a player, right, that has just come into the Premier League that no one knew about? No,
because you didn't watch Ligue 1.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, nobody really knew about him, didn't they?
No, because people don't watch other leagues. That's their fault.
Guys, can I give you my view on Krupi?
I want to hear Scott's as well after.
I mean, it is your show, to be fair. I guess you can talk a little bit still.
Well, the show's now been taken over. I'm a guest. I'm enjoying it. I guess. I think the thing that stands out for me the most about Krupi is how he can adapt positions and still play well. And De Zerbi has shown me that he can adapt. And Tonali is one of the most adaptable tactical midfielders.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking De Zerbi wants players that are adaptable. And Krupi fits that ticket. I've been watched him play, right? And just done my own little
analysis.
Did you do a video by any chance on him?
Not creepy, no.
You should, man. I want to see that.
I'll do one. But the one thing I would say about Krupi is it's a massive risk to drop £90 million. A 19-year-old having 90 million pound price tag on his shoulder is a lot of weight. We saw with Archie Gray, 40 million was a lot of weight. So I think it's a big risk. Having said that, I think
because you've got to hit the ground running, don't you? Still, you have to for that money. You've got.
Well, he's got Premier League experience, which is something every player we've signed has got.
And he plays with better players at Spurs. He's going to play with better players.
Let me conclude.
Based on what?
Wait, let's still finish. I want to hear it.
My personal view is it is a risk. There's no doubt, and the money is mental. However, if we get it right, and that's going to be down to the manager, I think he's got the ability to be not play exactly like, but have the same impact as what Dele Alli did when he came to Spurs.
Yeah, I agree with that still.
I think he could be our next Dele Alli, but not actually Dele Alli. That's what I think. But it's a risk.
Agree.
It's a big risk. 90 million is a lot of money. We paid 5 million for Dele Alli.
Would you take the risk, though? Would you take the risk?
Potential. We're basing it on potential. That's what worries me.
It's both. It's both.
He had 13 goals last year. It's not potential. If he comes in and does what he did last year, that's a good season.
Still, can I just add something quickly on Benji?
I would take the risk, but I think 90 million is ridiculous.
But even Fernandez, we paid £85 million. That's a risk.
For 90 million, I'd go and get Osimhen.
No, I know, but like even Fernandez is a risk.
Proven goal scorer who's done it, man, and is just.
But Osimhen doesn't want to leave.
Do we know
the wages still?
Can I be honest?
He turned Benji. He turned down Chelsea and Saudi Arabia for more money, right? From Saudi Arabia because he wanted to play in the Champions League and he knew that going to Galatasaray he could get the money that he wanted was still being in Europe, right? So he's not going to come to Spurs if they're not in Champions League, and if he comes to Spurs, he's going to need over £500,000 in wages, if not more than that.
90 million for any 19-year-old is mental, man. And
it is.
Can I be honest about this whole thing about
Yamal, right? If he was Yamal, I'd say fucking yeah.
Yeah, but we paid 85 million for Fernandez, and he's 21.
Can I be honest though? Can I be honest though? Yeah?
I think, mate, Man United bought Tillemans for less.
Yeah,
but even Santos is like what 20-year-old doing Man U spent 50. Now the transfer just fucked.
Yeah, but the thing is though.
1 second. If we pay 40 million, 50 million, maybe 60 million for Krupi, I'm right with that. 90 million, man. 90 million.
That's the new 50 million pounds.
Yeah, but the thing is though, can I just say this? Can I say this? Yeah, we're complaining about what was it? Osimhen, right? And players like I know we're not going to get him. Ivan Toney. About the money that they want to get in terms of wages and stuff. But if we're really honest, though, when you've got those players who've got that bigger ego, and I can't think of the other word as well, you're gonna have that sort of demand, aren't you? You know what I mean? Because there's only so much. You get what I'm saying out there. So. Because there's less out there in terms of strikers, right? Okay. Oh, Danny, don't yawn when I'm speaking. That's rude. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, fucking hell. Meow. I've only just got out of bed, Alex.
No, not you. I thought it was Danny Kuyaki.
I didn't yawn, you idiot.
What, so you're telling me I now look like that prick?
No, Danny Kuyaki. I thought it was Danny Kuyaki. I think it's Danny Kuyaki, not you. Sorry, Dan. It was. I didn't realize that you.
If anyone does anything, it's always me towards Alex in Alex's eyes. He's got some hyperfixation on me, like he does with Tel.
What's that? Joint celibacy, yeah?
But my point is anyway. I think at the moment, right, with those sort of strikers, they've got an ego, and for me, those are going to want the most money. I think you're going to have to. I'd rather take a risk on those rather than taking a risk on a youngster. That for me, He's only going really on confidence. That's what I'm saying at the moment. So I think we've got to stop this worrying about they want more money. They're going to command that much money because the amount of strikers like that are very, very sparse. That's what I'm trying to say at the moment.
Like you said, he's flavour of the month, isn't he? So
Exactly.
And there's a reason why PSG wants to buy Krupi.
yeah, but they're not going to pay that amount of money. They've already come out and said that they refuse.
Because they're going to buy Barcola and I'm sorry, Diamonde and Akliouche.
Yeah.
Mate, Akliouche. Now, if you said to me,
oh, he's not good.
Akliouche,
He's not good. I can tell nobody watches him. Akliouche is not
You'd
good.
pay that for Akliouche. Why?
Akliouche is not good.
Can I give myself
Akliouche is not
Akliouche is not
good, but he's not that sort of money.
No, he's not good. No, I'm not even joking.
brilliant.
No, he's not quality, mate. You haven't watched him play. This guy, no, he's not. First of all, he's not a goal scorer. He's not an assister. What he is, he's like a Kulusevski. He likes to cut in with his left foot and play with.
10 times better than Kulusevski.
No, but they're similar players. I don't want similar. I want better.
Akliouche single-handedly ripped us a new one.
Because we're shit.
What are you on about?
No,
You said
anyone
this before. In that game
even
in the
Bodo
Champions
Glimt
League,
almost
yeah?
beat us.
Was it Champions
Yeah,
or
the
Europa?
Champions League, yeah.
Okay, no, he didn't rip us apart. He had one good moment. That was it.
Boy, Akliouche is not good, man.
He wasn't terrible in that game, but no, he didn't rip us apart. That's an exaggeration.
Mate, okay. So so many top clubs want him because he's no good, yeah.
No, because Akliouche plays a certain system, but he's not the type of player you want to get for that money. He's not going to score goals.
Why do PSG want him?
Because Akliouche.
World football want Akliouche.
Okay, would Akliouche start over Dembele on the right wing?
Dembele.
The only reason.
For PSG, Dembele.
Yeah.
Look, Akliouche played 31
the
games.
only reason Krupi get in PSG team.
The only reason why
the first team.
No, yeah, the only reason they get him is for squad options. But he's not going to start.
And they can sell him on. Look,
yeah.
I just want to answer the thing on Krupi. Just give that opinion. From what I've seen of him, I can only go more by what people have said. I've only watched him play a couple of times, but also done a lot of checking out. The boy looks like he's got it. But for me, 90 million is a big gamble. Some people say the next Dele Alli. Well, then I definitely don't want him. If he's going to be the next Dele Alli, to pay 90 million for him for 2 seasons, and then everything goes to his head. He gets laid too many times, gets too many STIs, and then don't play, just totally lose his. So no, then I don't want that. Then I don't want that. Dele Alli. The question I've got with Krupi here: do you honestly think? Because I don't know. It's a serious question. Can he handle a 90 million transfer? Now, we all know that the player it ain't down to the player how much he goes for. But if he goes for 90 million, you thought the pressure was bad on Archie Gray. What's the pressure on this boy going to be? Can he handle, is he 19, 20, whatever he is, a 90 million transfer in the English Premier League? That's going to be the major question. It looks like he's got the capability to it, but we don't know about mentality. Because he hasn't actually had to prove anything mental yet. He hasn't actually had to prove he's got it yet. He's come from second division French team into a bang average, basically mid-table Premier League team, which you'd expect a lot of players to possibly stand out on as such, because they're not the greatest team out there, if you're that good. Can he mentally handle the change is more the question. It looks like it looks like he's got the skill, not the muscle, but the skill. But can he actually mentally handle a 90 million transfer? Because if he doesn't land on his feet, then the next season's going to be 10 times harder. That's my question.
Can I also just point out that for anyone who is saying Krupi is not worth 90 million, by no means is anyone on this panel saying he's not a good player. He's definitely a good player. There's just a lot of risk there. A lot of risk there. And it feels like our old model. We're buying more on potential than we are output, really and truly.
Yeah,
answer the question. The mentality side of it.
Krupi is partly proven because he scored 13 goals in the Premier League. So
but that wasn't on. Still, no. That was not on a 90 million pound transfer on his head.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dan, I don't know if you heard what, because Danny asked me what I thought.
Yeah, you said the same thing. Yeah.
One of the things I said was
I've only heard the last 15 minutes because I was watching the French and Spanish game.
When I spoke about Krupi,
and then got grilled for yawning.
No, not you. I meant Danny K. Sorry, mate.
You can tell when Dan's joking because if you look at his glasses, you see his eyebrows come up. So don't worry, relax. Come on.
Right, still, you say what you need to say. Sorry, mate. I had to apologise to Dan because I didn't realise that he was there. So yeah, sorry. Go, Stel.
Mate, you apologised in 5 minutes ago. You apologised in the private chat. You've apologised again. How many times you want to apologise? What? I said that I like Krupi. I think he's tactically adaptable, which suits to Zerbi. I think that he's got the potential for me to be our next Dele Alli. Different player, but that level of impact. But it's a big risk putting £90 million on a 19-year-old head. We sort of Archie Gray. Archie Gray couldn't handle 40 million on his head.
Yeah. Look at as soon as Dele Alli as soon as people got interested in him and everything, as soon as the big clubs wanted to have a look at him, he fell off a cliff completely. The question is, it's not has the player got it, it's has he got the mentality for it? And going from a second division French team, okay, over to the Premier League is a jump and a half, but to Bournemouth, he would now be going to Tottenham.
It wasn't the second division. Sorry, Dan.
90 minutes, wasn't it? Sorry, first division.
No, he was in the second division.
No,
he played
Lorient were in two.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, he's gone from the French league, which is about 4 tables below ours, if not 5. I mean, it's lower than the Italian, German, and the Spanish league. So, will he be able to handle a 90 million move? Basically, yeah. That is what I'm saying. It's all good being able to go on the pitch and show that you've got it without any pressure on you. But can he do it with a 90 million? That's like people ask questions about Harry Kane. Harry Kane is a world-class player. But my man disappears every time it comes to a semi-final or a final and just totally can't handle it by the look of it, yeah? Can he handle a 90 million transfer at that age?
Danny,
would you say the same thing about Henry, Dan? Would you say the same thing about Henry? Because he only scored 1 goal in the final. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, Henry was the same as well. He always disappeared on finals.
Danny, can I add one more thing? You can see the same thing with Tonali and Fernandez. They have big price tags on their heads. Who knows if they're going to hit the ground running?
But can I say
because forget about age. Tonali has £100 million price tag on his head. Fernandez has 85. You don't know if they're actually going to.
I think people are completely missing what Dan East just said, because I think it's a very, very good question. It's not about the ability here. It's about the psyche now, right? Going to Bournemouth, not anyone knowing about him, right? No pressure, nobody knowing about him, and then doing what he's done. That's something. That's cool, right? But then moving, having a £90 million on him with all the press on him and everything around it, that's a different matter. At 19 years old, right?
That is a big step.
Years old. This is why I think it's a very, very good question, and no one's answering what Danny's question is here. Because I don't think he can handle it, because I think it's at Spurs that, yes, it's 1 game a week. Yes, people can say they've got De Zerbi, right? But yeah, you can coach him for a little bit. That's cool. But then it's the psyche of the actual player. You get what I'm saying? And I think Danny's question here, it's a very important. I don't think he can handle it. That's why I'm saying at the moment. I've got a question.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
And you know what? For the 90 million, you're going to bring in. You also do have to take into consideration he does have to spend pretty much a season adapting to a new team. And for 90 million, Spurs fans are not going to allow that. I think the very fact that we're questioning this is a problem. And I think
what'll happen, Ben, is because he's 19, 20, you'll have a lot of certain types of Spurs players, shall I say, defending him all the way because he's a kid, because they like watching boys play for. Young players play for Spurs.
He done it again.
Because they done it again. Like generational.
He's done it again.
So when it comes to that, it is. So how much defense will he get? You'll have one side defending him to the block, and then you'll have other people like me, for instance, saying, "I don't care how old you are, fella. You just cost us 90 million. You better be scoring more than 15 plus goals in the season." That's a hell of a lot of pressure. Okay, so I'm good saying any player but Tonali is a bit proven, a lot more mentally stronger, like a lot more experience. Yeah. Fernandes, 85 million transfer. That is going to be pressure on him as well. But he has had 2 seasons in the Premier League. Has he played at a big team? No. So it's
And it's not the same pressure, is it, Dan, as scoring goals?
Exactly. But it's another one you can actually ask that question with. But scoring goals is a big, big difference. It's like, I tell you what, yeah, if we go and get Krupe, we keep Kinksky in goal. If one of them don't get it right for 3 games, you watch the whole world come crashing down on them saying that we should have got men and not boys. That is going to be the problem, I think. I think he's got the capability. I'm just not sure about the mentality. Same as I think Kinksky can be good, but he has got a lack of experience. And if it goes wrong over 3 or 4 games, you know people are going to slam it down. We should have got an established keeper, quality keeper, or an established striker. We should have gone for Osimhen. It's a very thin line.
It's called visionism, Dan. It's been called visionism. We've been here before, Dan, haven't we? We've been here before.
No, we haven't.
I mean? Because it's like in the summer, it's all confidence and everything else. Saying, yeah, we can do something. Yes, we can do something with these players and stuff. And then in the season, it's like, oh,
Alex, I just realized we say the same shit as Danny, but every time you disagree with us, I don't understand.
No, I
Me and Danny say legit the same stuff. Me and Danny, and you just disagree with us.
No, I'm disagreeing with Danny. I'm just saying what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think
you say the same stuff as Danny. Danny K says the same stuff as Danny, but you still disagree with us.
It's because Dietrich, he wants to just have a go, right? Just to be different. Because if he actually uses the things on his head which are called ears, right, and listens to what people say, he'd actually understand what we're talking about.
Mm. Yeah, but you actually understand the point we're making as well, yeah? It does work both ways. They're both fair points. I think there is 2 sides to it. I think these 2 make good points.
Yeah.
There's good points here as well. It's 2 sides to it. You've made some solid points to it, but I think we've asked some fair questions as well.
Yeah.
What is this? A fucking happy-go-lucky merry-go-round? Listen, if Alex wasn't doing this, it'd be a fucking boring show, mate.
No,
I think that no matter who we sign, all those same questions are going to be there. Like, I agree, Dan. It's a big. I like Krupi. I want to do it. The question is, can he continue going? I would rather take the risk with him when we see the talent he has, because there's no set guy who is not going to come in. We talked about Pavlidis earlier, right? Is he going to be able to transfer from Portugal if he comes in? That's a big question. Tony, is he going to be able to transition coming back from Saudi if he comes?
Osimhen, would you rather go for him? Yeah, but Osimhen's but how much proven is Osimhen over bloody Krupi? Come on,
He's
let's
the closest thing to a world-class striker.
But how much does Osimhen care now when he's happy to go to Turkey and take the money? Is he a guy who's fine to just take his money?
Who would you rather take? Right? Well, who would you rather take the hit with doing the plumbing in your house? The little boy that just got his nice little contract and actually done well in college, or the fella that's already been doing it for 6-7 years and proven?
Well, the guy that just got 13 goals in the Premier League, I'm happy with that. That's pretty
so you go for the one that's just like come out of college basically to fix your plumbing instead of someone who's already been doing it consistently very well for 6 years.
But that's not what's happening here, right?
But I'm asking you a question. What would you go for? The experience who's
I was
already
plumbing,
done it,
I would go for the experienced plumber.
Right.
Sure.
So we're now going for someone that we need to basically get the goals in the back of the net. You're going for someone who's got 13 goals in one season. Great. Well done. Or we're looking at someone who is a very established player and known worldwide that can put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, but you compare 2 different profiles, then you.
But that also has questions about his personality and how much he cares about football right now.
Yeah, but can I be honest with you, Scott? Again, it goes back to the whole thing about egos, right? When you've got that sort of experience behind you, and you know that there's not that many strikers like you, right? You're going to have that ego. And there's a reason why you got to try and draw that sort of quality out of that sort of striker sometimes. You know what I mean? I think it's all about psyche really, because I'm not saying that Osimhen would be a good fit for Tottenham, because I don't know if he'd be actually worth. I don't know if he had the motivation to do it. But what I think Dan's saying here is that you could take somebody like the apprentice that maybe has got their first or in at uni, but they haven't got the experience, in actually going into the workplace, then getting somebody who's got the experience, gone through the difficult times, and actually, got through it, and actually take that and bring them in. And yes, they've got a bit of an ego, but if you can motivate that ego and fire that ego, you've got a really fiery striker then, haven't you? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just because you
but I don't
just
think that's
because you
Oshman. I wish there was that player out there. I would be over that player 100%.
That's a fair point. But just because you've popped your cherry doesn't mean you can take home a 30-year-old the following week and give it a good tactics, basically. That's going to have better tactics than you for experience.
Dan's analogies are ridiculous.
Unmatched.
Unrivaled.
Do you know what? The way Spurs are going now, right? We're doing exactly what Liverpool did last year. 125 million for him, 100 million for him, 85 million for him. Everyone's like, wow, wow, wow. If it doesn't work out, the Zerbi's finished. Because everyone's going to say, we spent 400 million, gave you what you wanted. If it does work out, it opens the door to keep doing more of the same in future windows. So next season is going to be massive the way we've spent, because I agree with Dan what he said. Give it 3-4 games. If these players aren't performing, fans are going to turn. Listen, YouTube will turn. Fans in the stadium will be split. And on X, all you hear is Rome wasn't built in a day. He's young. Be patient. All the usual positive, but slightly in denial chat. If next season this doesn't click, the money we've spent, I don't think De Zerbi will last. It'll be the same as what happened to Arne Slot. Arne Slot won the league and he was gone. And they finished, where did Liverpool finish? Was it fifth?
Sixth, wasn't it? Fifth or sixth?
Bournemouth
Fifth, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
he
fifth.
finished fifth. The only reason he finished fifth is because they spent so much money for that. So if we don't get top 6 next season, spending all this money, I'm telling you, I think De Zerbi's in trouble. Because we spent
Hold on a second. Still, do you know what?
I think it's the Liverpool scenario again.
No, for sure. Can I pick you up on that? Right, listen, we've seen this a million times from clubs. We've seen it from Chelsea so many times, over and over. We saw it from Liverpool last season. When you bring in such an influx of players, right, as supporters, I mean, I've said this to people previously. I don't think we're winning anything this season, even if we get the striker, even if we get the winger. I don't think we are. When
I'm just saying top 6, Benji. I'm just about
I'm hearing you. I'm just trying to explain something. Like, I really hope the players are. Oh, not the players. I hope the supporters and the club itself are slightly lenient, because when you bring in that amount of players, you haven't got a team. You've got a squad of good players.
This is Spurs supporters.
I know that, and that's what I'm worried about. And listen, Still's right. All eyes will be on De Zerbi.
Benji, we're spending massive sums of money on players, though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't do it.
No, it does matter, because the expectation. The only reason everyone turned on Archie Gray was because he was 40 million. If we signed Archie Gray for 10 million, no one would have even moaned about it.
Of course, but if you are a football fan that has anything about you, you know bringing in 8 players and throwing them all in a team is not going to work. Not straight away.
No, but you know where the
Liverpool
pressure comes
will be
from?
stronger this season.
Hold on. Where the pressure comes from is the rivals. So when Liverpool started screwing up, it was the Arsenal fans, the City fans, the Liverpool, the Man United fans all got saying, what have you done? Your manager's this. Your players are overhyped. If it doesn't work, all our rivals will turn on us, and then we get drawn into it. And then it's then deflected onto the players.
But as fans, we can't do that. That's our responsibility.
Yeah, but
not
Benji,
to
do you
that
think,
as fans.
right, let me ask you this. Let's say it doesn't work out. Do you think our fans are going to be like, that's all right?
No,
I don't.
There you go. That's
right. Here's the question. Still, here's another way to put it. Yeah. Now, if we'd have just made a couple of transfers, like a few of us, me was expecting that maybe some of us just need to pipe down and just take a couple of humble transfers, basically, because it ain't going to happen. Well, we've been shocked. We've had some big transfers. Take the 100 million transfers out of it, and we'd have had the window that maybe a few people would have expected. Would you have been satisfied with 10th the following season? I think a lot of people would have, because it is a massive improvement to what we have been. Now we've just gone out and bought £100 million player, a £50 million defender, £85 million midfielder on top of that. We're looking at another 90 million striker. We've also got a very good defender for free, a very good cover left back for free. And we're also looking at getting a left winger as well, and then selling a couple, which looks like we could spend excess of around about 350 million. And then with the sold players, it works out at about 100 million. What are your expectations now? Are you still happy with 10th, or are you expecting 5th or 6th because of the money spent
100%,
and a decent manager?
If we spend £350 million on players and we don't have any European football next season and we don't finish top 6, for me, that's a flop and a half.
People will
I
go
agree.
stupid.
Well, hold on. What's the lowest you can land for European? Is it 8th?
Depends in what happens.
Conference League will not do it for the money.
You got to remember one thing, guys. You got to remember one thing. You got to remember one thing. Hold on. Stell, that's the thing, right? This is going to be the season where there's been more English teams in Europe than ever before. There's going to be 9 teams playing in Europe. 9, right? That's nearly half the Premier League, right? So when you've got half the Premier League playing Europe 2 games a week, 2 to 3 games a week, right? And the clubs that haven't been in Europe before, like your Bournemouths and your Brightons and these type of teams, right? Or haven't done it consistently, right? It's going to be a massive challenge on these squads to be able to perform week in, week out in the Premier League and in Europe, right? So, like Stell said, for me, if we go and get a Krupi and a Leao or a Savinho, I've said this before, I expect nothing less than Champions League football for me, with 1 game a week.
I think
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You cannot go and spend £300 million revamping your squad from where we are with only 1 game a week. Nah, you have to be finishing top 5.
So let me ask Stell a question. Stell's a manager. Stell's coach. Let me ask Stell a question. Stell, if you get 8 new players, sorry, look, he's the one with the badges. Right? We refer to the man.
Dan, go back to sleep, man.
Right.
So Alex can have a go at you again.
Still, let me ask you, right? You've got a team and you bring in 8 new players. Are you expecting them to perform how you want them to for an entire season?
It's not the fact that they're 8 new players. It's the fact they've all played in the Premier League, so they don't need to hit the ground. They're going to hit the ground running. And the fact, listen,
but they're playing with strangers.
Ange was a stranger to the team. He got 5th in his first season.
Exactly.
And that team was bang average.
And that had no Europe, Stell. No Europe.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. We didn't have a massive.
It is the same. Dan, Stell's right. Listen to what he's saying. He's the coach.
No.
I'm actually using it. I'm actually using that to have a go at Benji because he's trying to ask you a question.
Just my opinion, right?
Danny should just call Stell Gaffer.
That's a good idea.
It's a fantastic idea. Get used to that one, Gaffer. When Ange finished 5th, he did it with an average team. Yes, he had Heung-min Son, and yes, he got 19 goals out of Brennan Johnson. But if we sign Krupi and a proper left winger, mate, this team hands down is better than Ange's team.
100%. I agree with Stell.
Stop procrastinating and answer the question. Can you get 8 players, brand spanking new players that have never played with each other before, to perform for a season?
It won't be easy.
Yes,
it won't be easy.
Yes,
well, then you are a better manager than Arne Slot and plenty of Chelsea managers.
Arne Slot won the league in his first season, man.
But that's not when he brought the influx of players. That was with the squad he already had. Fuck you.
Benji, hold on a minute. When they signed all those players,
he signed no one.
They didn't address an issue they had at Liverpool, which was that defense was aging and needed fixing. They didn't fix that defense. And secondly,
they still haven't.
And secondly, that's why he got sacked, because they spent that money and they got worse. Which is why I'm saying, if we spend all this money and we don't get top 6 next season now, I'm telling you, I think De Zerbi's in trouble, and I think fans aren't going to accept it because, mate, I get messaged every day, Stell, have you seen what he said now? Have you seen what this person said? I'm like, mate, I don't care. The amount of overhype, mate. Look at the overhype from the Spurs fans right now. We're going to win the league. Second place is out. Have you seen that guy I argue with in my own chat group who keeps telling me we're going to get second? Right? I'm not going to mention his name, but there's so many fans like that. So
you can't go and do that still and then not mention his name.
No, I won't.
Name and shame. Name and shame.
So all these fans that think we're going to win the league, come third, when it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, right? When it doesn't happen, what are they going to say? They're going to lose it, which is why I'm saying we have to get.
But do you agree with it, though, Stelios?
I believe that if we get a striker and we get a left winger with the players we've signed, the money we've spent, top six has to be the minimum expectation.
Agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that. With the team at the moment, we'd have to say, with the team we got at the moment, we'd have to be happy with an 8th.
Man United signed 4 players. Benji,
whereas
Man United signed 4 players, right? They signed 4 players. Sesko, Cunha, and
Buemo,
and the goalie, right? Yeah. They signed 4 players, and they got 3rd place with no Europe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with what Stel said.
It's true. It's true.
Hold on a second. The main core of their team was already there. You've only got 3 outfield players that have changed.
Yeah, but look at it this way. Yeah, we've only to act like a big club. They finished 16th
with those players. They finished 16th, and Carrick
acting like a big club. People are going to want the position. Yeah, people are going to want the position. At the moment, with the players,
that was right.
We're going to have to be happy with an 8th. We go and get a striker and a bloody left winger. I want a bloody ounce. So in that aspect, it's going to exactly that. So we are getting where it is that much you've spent on it. It's going to have to be. You are going to be expecting more. And will they gel straight away? Will it work? Who knows? That's down to the manager. That's purely on the manager's head. And if it doesn't work, the manager's the one who's going to copy it because he's the first manager that's been backed, basically. And that's just the way it works. Exactly. But at the moment, 8th place, I think we could be happy with that because we just have not improved on the strike force.
Okay.
We go and get, like I said, we go and get a striker and a winger. Spending that much money, things are expected.
All right, so I'll be the only one that's realistic here then, okay? I'll say this much.
Benji, one sec. Could I do 2 super chats? Then I'll come back to you. And then I want to get Scott's opinion on this as well, right? So big up Jack Para. Thank you for the super chat. What happened to the Spurs 5? I left, Sean left because we wanted to focus on our own channels and we just couldn't juggle both anymore. Lubo decided to go and join. I forgot the boy's name, man. This is so embarrassing. The Italian boy. What's his name?
Jacko.
Luigi.
Jacko.
Oh, come on. Help me out, guys.
Jacko. It's Jacko.
Jacko. So, yeah. Jacko and the boys. Johnny's just taken over the channel. He's doing it on his own. The other super chat, AU's a big up to you, mate. We're in a catch-22 situation. We had to spend big. We did, but the expectation now goes up. So you're right, though. It is a catch-22. Spot on. Right, Benji, sorry, mate. Back to you, and then I want to hear what Scott said on this.
Yeah, no, fair enough. All I want to say is this. I feel like I'm going to be the only realistic one here. So when you've got a team of great players for the first time on a season, you've got a team of great players. You don't have a team. So for me, if we finish, I wouldn't expect anything less than 8th, simply because this team of players need time to gel, right? The following season, however, and this is where I get serious, the following season, I expect top 4 minimum. I am dead serious. So this season, I am willing to forego that because I understand you brought in 8 players. They need time. They are not going to be on the ball the minute that whistle kicks off. It's just not. It's not going to happen. I've seen it with Chelsea. We've seen it with Liverpool. It doesn't work that way. But like I said, the following season for me, it's got to be top 4 because you've had your time. And it's for me, that's when it will count the most. I think Liverpool this season are going to be 10 times stronger than what they were last season with the same players. So that's all I'll say on it. I just hope Spurs fans' expectations
only because they've got
too high because it will cause a problem.
Only because he's class.
Well, that remains.
All right, Benji. Do you know what? Fair play, mate. Fair play. That's your view. And do you know what? I think there's actually quite a few fans that would agree with that. Scott, where are you at with it? If we sign a striker and a left winger, what is your expectation or your demands as a fan?
I mean, that we'll see. I think right now, I said it. I'm happy if we get 10th or above. I think that's when Benji talks about being realistic. I think right now, I think if we get a quality striker and a quality left wing, like you said, I think we have the potential to be top 6. One of the things that I struggle with when I say, like, well, Manchester United did this last season. I mean, it's a different city with different season with different teams. Ange did this in a season, different season with different teams. My look at it here is I don't see how we're finishing ahead of Arsenal, how we're finishing ahead of City, how we're finishing ahead of Liverpool, right? I just don't see it.
Yeah,
I think it's unlikely that we're finishing ahead of United and unlikely we're finishing ahead of Newcastle. That's not saying we can't. I'm just looking at the teams that we have to compete with next season. So I would say if we get, let's say, Krupi and Leao next season, I would say my hope would be that we could finish top 6, but I would be happy if we're top 10 and showing signs of real improvement.
Can I ask you this question, Scott? Would you feel if we get Leao and Krupi with what we've already got this season, would you not feel a little bit disappointed that we wouldn't get Champions League football or European football, like Europa League, for example?
No, because we have Kinski and we have Robertson and Udogie, and I think they limit so much what we could do that as long as we have those massive problems at the club, I wouldn't be able to expect Champions League. You saw my comment yesterday, Danny. If we got Neco Williams and he's starting to play at left back, then I would say top 4 is better. But I think right now our left back is a major issue. Kinski's a major issue, and I love Porro, and he played great so far in this World Cup. But we've been saying for 2 years now, as a right back, he's suspect in a back 4 defensively.
Yeah,
and he has proven it. And Spain have just proved it today. What did they do? And no good team or international plays with a DM anymore, do they? Except Spain. And with that, when we used him going forward, it came back to a back 3, didn't it? The number 6, the DM, came back and made it a 3, didn't it? Or if he was forward, the left back made it a 3 at the back. We played Porro.
Are you going to pretend he's Lord Voldemort or something? Just say the name.
I don't know what you're on about. I've just got out of bed. You
mustn't say his name.
And with that,
I thought you said Dan looks like Lord Voldemort for a second.
Well, when I get out of bed,
now you mention it.
When I look like out of bed, you might as well give me a lightsaber as well, Dan.
Oh, that's funny, Dan.
And with that one, they play him properly. As a fullback, he is a liability. As a defence, he is a liability. That is why every team focuses on him. You let him get forward, you cover his arse. We've got a bloody good wing back there, just how Spain played.
Dan, do you think then with Fernandes and Tonali that they could help cover Porro because they can get all over the pitch?
As long as you can cover him when he goes forward and keep it at a steady back 3 if needs be, or bring someone over to cover him, fine. But if you're just going to use him as a right back and expect him to do a lot of defending, he's a waste of a player. You might as well just bloody sell him because that is not what he is good at. And everybody has seen it in this World Cup at what he is at his best at. He nearly cost Spain in the first 10 minutes because he got done over good and proper because he couldn't get in position and totally missed the tackle. He's good at getting in front, but he's defending. He's not his strong point. He's like Basuma. People wanted Basuma to defend. He's not a bloody defender.
Yeah,
so
true.
We're saying that he can't defend. That's not saying he's a crap player. I'm saying he's a crap defender. But he's bloody good wing back at getting forward, crossing, shooting, passing. So using what he's good at then. Just like
you're right. You're right. You're definitely right with this.
And Danny, they can't cut over and protect him if they also have to protect the left back because Robertson is slow as molasses at his age now, and Udogie's just crap.
Either way, it depends how you want to do it. But if you want Porro at his best, you've got to let him free as a wing back basically and play free at the back, or you got to play with the DM to drop it in the middle, or do it like that and cross it over with the left back as well. If we just keep him as a right back and expect him to defend and get forward now and again, total waste of a player. And Spain have proven that in this World Cup.
Yeah, for sure.
Mate, Porro. The last year and a half, Porro has been completely mismanaged. And
I agree with that.
I agree. That's what I've been saying.
No, I agree with you, Dan. Like, people just ignored how shit the coaching was. I just want to say in the chat, I've put a live poll up where you think Spurs will finish if we sign a striker and left winger. Top 4, top 6, top 8, top 10. Get your votes in. Once there's 200 votes, I'll tell you what most people have said. Do you guys think with the way Porro is that we are better off going to a back three?
Do you know what, Stel? I'll just have a quick one on this. I actually think that De Zerbi is something you said earlier on in the show, is that he wants players who are adaptable, right? Players who can adapt, like in multiple positions, formations, tactic styles. I think you're going to see Spurs play with the back three quite often, but not as the main formation. But I do think that unless the formation he goes with, when it's 4 at the back and however the midfield is, if it's a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, if that ends up working really well, I don't think he'll change it too much. But I do think against certain teams, I do think you'll see the back three, because we've got the defenders for it and we've got the wing backs for it. But whether or not he'll play a back three as the main formation remains to be seen. But I do think having those type of players who are adaptable, I think you'll see maybe a back three a little bit more than last season.
Do you reckon he?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Do you think he might go and play with the two players we brought in, Tonali and Fernandes? Yeah, I can't really speak that much on Fernandes, but watching him play, love starting deep sort of thing and going forward. But then if you want the best out of Tonali, you've got to start him deep. You've got to use him as a deep line playmaker and then let him drift up the pitch with a direct ball and that. I know a lot of people won't know it because they haven't watched him in Italy, but he totally got held back, basically being played as an anchor man, out and out DM by bloody Newcastle. We need to give him the freedom of being a deep line playmaker so he can do his job there but get forward. Does anyone think we're almost going to do it with a square, like with the DMs basically hanging a little bit low with the two centre backs there, and let the wing backs go forward, and then let one drop to 3 while the other goes forward, and vice versa, if you get where I'm coming from?
Well,
it'll probably be easier to explain this on a bit of paper.
It's what Pep does, isn't it? I mean, look, realistically, right? The beautiful thing about having Poe on the right, now that we've brought in Fernandes and Tonali, is this. Both of them are fantastic at sensing danger. They're both so good at it. They will pick up any slack that Porro sort of leaves out when he goes forward. Both Tonali and Fernandes have a fantastic ability to, pick out that danger. So I think just having those two alone, this is what I said earlier. I feel like Tonali and Fernandes are infinitely going to improve the back and the front of our team. So really and truly, do you know what I feel like? Because the thing is, funny enough, Dan, the one thing I disagree with you on, right? And call me crazy here. I think the way Tonali, you ain't wrong, mate. I think the way I look at Tonali and Fernandes, I actually think Fernandes is better deeper. I think Fernandes.
That's what I just said.
Fernandes deeper than Tonali? Yeah.
No, play them both deep, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
And
like,
then one of them comes back to make it a back
no,
three. The other goes forward, and then another time the other does it as such, because they can.
No, fair enough. No, yeah. I mean that would work as well, to be sure. But I've watched a lot of Fernandes because, as you know, we were in a race with West Ham, so his ability to deep line play make is quite phenomenal. Whereas I look at someone like a Tonali, of course he can do it, but I think his intelligent passing going forward is his area of expertise for me personally. So I would actually have Tonali given more of a free roam going forward than I would Fernandes.
You see with Tonali, when you watched him at AC, Ben, because I know you watched him a lot as well. Tonali, he's a player, for me, he's actually better off the ball than on the ball, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Pay attention to him when he's off the ball. He actually makes a massive effect when he's not even touching the ball. He can read the game and he gets in places. He's good at intercepting. He's not bad at tackling at all. He's good at direct passing, short passing, and he reads the game well. That is why he was played as a deep line playmaker with basically, and that's why they said they thought he was going to be the next Pirlo. No, he hasn't lived up to that. But he went Newcastle and they just used him as an anchor man out and out, and that held him back. Watch him off the ball. I
think Dan, you're going to see more of the Tonali. I think a lot of us agree on it. You'll see more of the Tonali that we saw when he was at AC Milan coming up, and his name was becoming more world renowned, right? Because he was dubbed as the next Pirlo. Like, you could see the ability in him. He was unbelievable for his age. And you're right. I think Newcastle stunted him by the way that he was played at Newcastle. But I think that with Tonali and Fernandes, I think they're both complement each other. But I think they've both got a lot of similar features into their game and characteristics. Like both of them, I think if you look at Fernandes, his passing range is unbelievable. Like
I don't know that much about Fernandes.
And you are going to love
play that.
His passing range is really fucking good.
Like
he word for it. How nice is it to have two players
who can pass the ball? Yeah.
Well, the fact that we spent £100 million on Tonali and 85 million pounds on Fernandes just shows you what. And this is the Tonali one. Just I think is shows you a message from what is it, De Zerbi, saying I want that player. Shows you how important he's going to be in our team right now. I think we're going to base the team. I think we're going to base the team around Tonali. To be honest with you, and I tend to agree with what Dan's saying in terms of he might be using the wing backs to go for. I don't know how he's going to do it, really, to be honest with you, but I know that for a fact those two midfielders are going to be so crucial to his system. The way you don't spend £100 million on a player, and just a bit. You just don't do that.
What it is, Alex, instead of playing with a square triangle at the back, basically, you play with a square at the back. Yeah, you let them go forward, and then one of these comes back, one of them goes forward, or vice versa. They can both do their job. Whereas a lot of times, like Spain do it with the triangle more than anything, and others do it. Still know what I'm on about, and anyone who's got a level 3 in coaching will know what I'm on about, which isn't hard to get. And
cheers.
If well, he's not. Well, I'm sure you've. Well, I'm sure you've got a level 3 in coaching.
Wasn't that hard, mate?
If you haven't, you're worse than me because I've got a level 3 in coaching. I showed you when we done a bloody show on it. Got it at West Ham, for God's sake. And
how much you pay for
in that aspect, it all depends how we play it.
It's a dodgy one with Dan.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, I got it from the fucking internet, like level 3
got his sent off. That's eBay for you. God, I've done that.
No, that's FIFA. That's FIFA for you.
No, it's his mate Dave down the pub.
He's the one I get all my knockoff CDs from and all.
His certificate's got the words Marlboro on it because it's on the back of a fag packet.
Get it outside the Spurs shop, innit? But yeah, it's really not hard to bloody get, for God's sake. But going up from there is really the next level. It's hard to do, but getting a level 3 is a piece of piss. Literally anyone could do it on a piece of paper. It is that simple. But again, we go and play them the right way. We have got a very established midfield and good midfield there. Play Porro the right way, as Spain have been doing. We've got a very good wing back there. Okay, bit dodgy on the left. Depends how we want to play it. We need up front now, because if we ain't got goals, where does that take us? And with a keeper that we know absolutely nothing about, who's had 5 good games in his life, we don't know that he's going to be able to play it consistently for 38 games either. So that's the two most important positions on the pitch: a striker and a goalkeeper. One of them we've already got. Basically we don't know whether he can handle a season, and the other we haven't actually got yet. I know someone keeps telling me that Richie's great and that, but stay off.
Dan, you've just made a fantastic point. You've made a fantastic point. All right, I was going to say with this Porro situation.
I know.
No, with this Porro situation, right? So we all know De Zerbi, the way he likes to play football is starting formation is usually a 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1, and he will drift into a 3-back. That's kind of how he does his shit. But this is a big question because again, you could talk about maybe Van der Ven playing on the left, because the problem is, when you've got Porro bombing up, you do need that reliable, deep sitting left back, and we don't have one. We've got 2 wing backs on the left hand side. So, bringing in Senesi, is it possible that Van der Ven does play out on that left?
Mate, I thought Van der Ven was awful for Holland at left back. He was out of position.
You weren't great.
I said it when people mentioned it for the first time. I said I wouldn't play him as a left winger. right? Maybe. But even then, I just don't think he's that player. I think he's a centre-back, man. The guy's a centre-half.
I do agree, still, he was awful for the Netherlands at left back this time.
But then when you're playing centre-back all season...
do you know what? I just think he's better suited to that centre back role. I think the best. Actually, that's a bit of a lie. As I said, the best fullbacks tend to be a bit shorter, but Trent was pretty tall. Trent Alexander was tall. Very quick super chat from
5'8".
Who?
Trent, only 5'8".
Trent is over 6 foot, isn't he?
Is he? I'll look it up. I'm sure.
Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, man.
I will look it
I think he's tall, but I don't know how tall he is.
No,
he's not short like Porro or
no. Porro's 5'9", isn't he, or 5'10"?
Yeah, Porro's not
He's
short.
5'9".
Who?
Trent.
Porro. No,
yeah, he's short than
Trent
me.
Alexander-Arnold. He's
Oh,
5'9".
is he short? Oh.
If 5'9", then he's shorter than
I
me.
play FIFA, so don't test me on the height of players. Sorry.
Well, then what did you do? Just
And
get a
the
bloody
ages
ruler
as
out
well,
on the
it's a
screen
weird
and
thing.
sort of play up his height?
No. Listen, when you buy the cards, you got to be sensible. You got to have taller
All
centre, taller left and right backs. That's what I'm saying.
So wait, is Porro taller than Trent Alexander-Arnold then, isn't he? He's 5'10", I think, Porro, no?
No, he's 5'8". Come on now.
Is
What's
he?
wrong with you people? Go and play FIFA.
Mate, you're right.
I get my ball knowledge.
You're right. He's 5'9". You're spot on.
Okay, now.
Yeah, he's
So,
shorter than me.
that backs up my theory.
And Porro is 5'8". I've just looked out.
Yeah, no, so that backs up my theory. Fullbacks, wing backs, the best ones tend to be a bit shorter. Because fullbacks tend to be quite. Yeah, you know, Danny Rose, he wasn't that tall either, was he?
No. I mean,
teeny.
like I say, it depends how you want to play it. It's like with Trent. What a shit abysmal defender. But boy, can he pass the ball and get forward and put it in places. And Klopp knew he had to cover his ass because he was a goddamn liability as a fullback. He knew how to cover it and he done it properly. And that is what we've got to do with Porro, because if we just play him as a fullback, he's a complete and utter liability. And it's been proven for 2 years now, because every time a team plays us, they focus on Porro every time as the fullback because they know he is our weakest spot. So as long as we cover Porro and let him go forward, or even play with three at the back as wing backs, like we have tried, it's looked poor, but we have got different players more capable. I don't know what De Zerbi's going to do. I'm quite happy with a three at the back and playing wing backs. That's how I prefer it to play, but I don't know.
What you can do is something I used to do. You tell the fullbacks when one goes, one pushes across. So, for example, let's say Porro pushes up, the two centre halves shift across, and then the left back shifts over. So the left back becomes a centre back, the left centre back becomes the right back, and the right centre back becomes the right back.
I learned that on my level 2 still. You're right, yeah.
So they just wrote, and the same happens on the other side, level 2. Listen to this guy.
This guy. He's a guy.
He's a guy. He's a guy. Very quickly, the super chat's been sitting there forever. Jerome, we literally about half an hour ago spent 20 minutes talking about the price tag for Krupi. So rewind the tape and it's all covered there. Because if we go over it again, we're literally just repeating ourselves for all the other viewers. So thank you very much for your super chat. But we did a whole section on it. So just rewind it back a bit and you'll see it all there. All right, mate?
Real quick, the conclusion was he's a good player, but not worth 90 million.
Well,
it was really, wasn't it?
Well, some people
back
said,
onto it, aren't we?
some people said that we've got to pay over the odds because that's where we're at. Someone said it was a catch-22.
I just don't think he's comparable to Solanke at all. I get worried. Like, Krupi's had one season, one good season.
Sorry,
Solanke had 8 or 9 seasons, one good season. That's the difference for me. They're not comparable.
Oh yeah, but he still had one good season though.
But there's difference if you've had one season in one good season in one good season versus one good season in 8.
Yeah, but still one good season is one good season, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you've shown that you have 8 seasons where you're poor, he hasn't shown seasons where he's poor. We don't know what he is. There's a lot more. Solanke, we know he's not good enough. That's why he's had.
Yeah, but Solanke, we still got him because he had one good season, wasn't it?
Yeah, the season before was a bad signing at the time. because he had shown that his
But he just
season-
had a good season. Yeah, but he just had a good season.
Yeah, and he had
I don't
shown
get
that
it.
was a fluke season, right?
No,
'Cause it's one
I
out
think-
of
Yeah. So who
Dan,
says this ain't going to be a fluke
Dan,
season?
what
we
Scott's
don't
trying
know,
to say-
Dan. There's a difference. We know that Solanke's was because we could see it.
What Scott's
No, it
trying to
wasn't.
say is that Solanke has had multiple seasons in the Premier League and only had one good season.
Dan,
Right?
I know.
Okay, so then that's what he's trying to say.
No
Just
shit,
so you know.
Sherlock.
Well,
I know.
well, you kept saying I don't understand. So I'm just trying to make it a bit
I
simple
don't
for you.
know.
That's all right.
Maybe some people just ain't on tonight. Go on.
Yeah, like yourself.
Mate, can you
'Cause you kept
get a
asking
room?
him.
Can you two just get a room?
It is a little bit at this point.
I was just trying to make it simple
What
for
are we
Dan,
doing
you know.
here?
Yeah. What's that? You going to bring that cherry in with you as well?
They show you a different type of cherry pie.
No. I didn't choke on my fucking teeth.
See, I don't change the subject. I keep on it. I'm not doing nothing. I'm
That
joking.
stuff, I want an apple pie. It feels more familiar. So I've heard.
You've been watching too much American Pie, my old mate.
Alex, would you prefer apple pie or cherry pie?
You love
I
the
wanna
cherry
know what-
pie, baby.
What was the topic that we were talking about before we got into
Apple
cherry
pies and
pie?
cherry pies.
Yeah, answer the question, Alex. What one?
Right, let's still go on.
what-
Go on, still.
I like cherry pie, but anyway, moving on. What was the topic?
Cherry pie and
I
apple
don't
pie.
know. I forgot.
Still's lost it. He's done. Sorry,
You're on
mate.
you're on the super chats though. You're doing the super chats, and then we.
You know what I
You
mean?
were trying to avoid Croupy, remember?
We need some of this.
Yeah.
1 minute. I just need to do this. Okay. Always need a bit of Ric Flair. Yeah, look, Croupy, we've done Croupy. Honestly, we did it for so long. There's one last thing I want to talk about, actually. So, Romero, okay, he's in another semi-final. He could be in another World Cup final. He could be another World Cup winner. Right? We don't know. But as it stands right now, with Dragusin, he's off. Back to Fiorentina. We got the here we go the other day.
I said we get 20 mil back for him.
Yeah, we've got some money in the kitty. That leaves us with only one other centre back at the moment, well, two, Romero and Danzo. I don't think we're going to sign another centre back. Do you guys think that Romero might stay at Spurs next season?
No.
No chance. Well, you'd like to think
Hope
no
not.
chance.
But if we're going to play a free at the back, then it would make sense that he did if we don't buy another one.
I don't think.
Not
I
that I
don't
want to
think.
keep him there.
Do you not think we're signing another centre half? I don't.
No.
Not unless we
Well,
sell
we've
him
got
and play with
6
three at
or
the back.
something, haven't we?
Yeah, if
So-
we're going to play with four at the back, like two centre backs, then he can go. But if we're going to play with three centre backs, it would be logical to keep him there. Not that I want him there as such.
So if can we go into next season then? If we sell Romero, can we go into next season with only three centre backs at the club? Isn't that a bit stupid?
I think we'd have four.
Three.
What do you mean
We
three?
got
We'd
only
have four.
three.
What are you on about three? We'd have
Dan's-
Senesi,
Oh, yeah,
Van
sorry.
Dijk,
Van Dijk,
Forgot about
Van
Van
de
de
Ven,
Ven.
Denzo.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, all right. So
Yes,
Takai,
forget about Ben
Takai.
Davies. Ben Davies can cover that position as well, mate.
absolutely.
do not get me started. I will shut down the stream. In fact,
I
Dan,
mean, that's as good as another player, to be fair, getting him off.
red card, Lubo, Lubo, get off. If he even comes on the pitch once to play for Spurs, I am going to fucking explode.
he does.
I am going to go, mate. Honestly, I'm going to be like a rocket going to the moon.
Stel,
Not a chance am I going to accept him
Stel.
kicking the ball for Tottenham next season.
When-
De Zerbi
when's-
ball. Ben Davies, the Zerbi ball. Fucking hell.
Stel, when's your birthday again? What month is it?
4th of May.
Oh yes, May. So I'm gonna make a special request to Tottenham Hotspur for something for your birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to listen to you, Danny. Tottenham Hotspur are going to listen to you right there.
Oh, yeah, but Danny's got links. Haven't you seen what he does for a job?
Oh God, is this like Lubo and his, you know, I've heard from someone in the club. Harry Kane coming back.
Danny's got his ITKs, isn't it, Dan? Money talks, eh, mate?
Yeah, exactly. Dan knows.
Honestly, his ITKs are just nothing really. Honestly, I don't even know what we're talking about, Danny. Anyway, he says he's got the ITKs, but I never believe him. Anyway, you know what I mean?
All these in the nose, man. You know what? In the nothing. All of you lot.
Exactly. What was the point anyway? Oh, it's about Romero. Is it about
listen,
Romero?
do you know what the point was, Alex? I'll tell you.
Romero.
All we're going to do is go round and round till we get to the part where Stell says Romero's been unfairly treated. He wants him to stay, and the rest of us hate him.
I do want him to stay. You know I do.
There we go. We got there in the end. That's where we were going. That's where we were always going. That was the destination.
I like Romero. I'm not a hater. I like Romero. Everyone hates him. I get it. Look, I'm like in the vast, tiny minority of fans.
I think you've got a problem if the captain's taken off him. He can't stay then because I just don't see a world where the captaincy's taken off him and he's going to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm okay, great, I'm happy with that." I think that's where you just say, "So you have to cut your losses." You know what I mean?
I think Kingsley's going to be captain next season. By the way,
what?
I think De Zerbi's going to give it to him. I do, yeah.
What?
Stell's trolling.
Ben Davies.
The fact that King still, I agree.
Ben Davies, captain,
I
experienced leadership, great captain.
But I think it's the other way around with King Steve. Where you said De Zerbi's going to give it to him, I think it's been more the other way round. Like for the
Dan's a bit kinky tonight.
You know, one way or another, there's a link between them two.
One of his favourite players, I suppose.
See, look, get rid of Danzo, 100%.
Right, I am look. I'm just going to admit it. I do like Romero. I do, and I'm going to be really honest.
Is it the way he runs?
No, he's one. I love his passion, his desire when he goes into tackles. I do. I don't care what anyone fucking says. He's had a few red cards this season that I thought were an absolute joke. But it's still, do you honestly think now is not time for him to leave? So if you think about everything as a whole, recouping money, refreshing the squad, do you not think, despite the fact that we both like him, it's time for him to go?
No. I think now's the time for him to play under a proper manager, which he hasn't had for a very long time.
I can't help you there, mate.
because you don't know what to say.
I don't know. I can't back you on that. I'm sorry, brother.
Romero came to the club. Who was manager when Romero was when he joined?
Conte.
Oh, fucking hell.
All right.
Conte.
And we got top four. We got top four with him at the back.
That was when he played his best football.
Yeah, under a proper manager. Conte's the dog's nuts, right? Then
true.
Every manager after that has been a shit show.
Yeah.
Every manager. So now we've got De Zerbi. I bet you Romero will cook again. But
so do you think there's a chance he stays in? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I've always been on the fence. I don't know if he'll go on. Because I don't think Spurs. I think if Spurs get an offer for 50, 60 million, they'll sell him. But I don't think anyone's going to pay that money for him.
No, nor do I. And plus, if we're going to play three at the back, like three centre backs at the same time, then it makes sense keeping him. But then if we're only going to play with two centre backs, then okay, getting Van Heyken for the competition, but what would have been the point of getting Senesi in? And it don't make logical sense to me if we then keep Romero, sort of thing. There'll be so much fight at the back. You ain't going to go paying 50 million for a bloody sub centre back while you've also got Danzo there, Romero there, and whatever. Unless we play three at the back, it makes no sense on keeping him to me. I can't see a logical side to it as such.
When Romero made his comments and then went back to Argentina, to me that showed he was done. He knew he was leaving the club. De Zerbi was fine with him leaving. They both knew that he wasn't coming back next year. I think he knew and De Zerbi knew he wasn't coming back. Because if you watch when De Zerbi has his press conference, he has no problem with Romero being gone back to Argentina. It's only after everybody complained that all of a sudden. So I think at that point they knew Romero's gone. He's leaving.
Technically, what Romero did, he should have been out of that club already. He should have been the first thing out of the club. Now, we all agreed with what he said, basically, because it weren't bullshit. It was true. But who the hell was he to go and speak about his employer? He should have been out of that club within 5 minutes and stripped of his captaincy, is how a real big club would work. If someone went and done that at Man U, like when Alex Ferguson was there and others and that, he'd have had the boot kicked at his head harder than Beckham did. If we want to be real, like realistic here, yeah, he should be gone. He should be out. Who the hell was Romero to come out and do that to the people who pay his wages? We all liked what he said, but it doesn't make it right. No,
I don't think the fans would accept that at all. I think the fans.
No, but you get where I'm coming from still. If someone you're employing went and done that to you, what would you do to them? Shake their hand and say fair play or sack them?
Yeah, but that just goes to show how weak our board were that they couldn't.
Right. So, but it should still be done, shouldn't it?
If you're the owners, absolutely. But
yeah, so he should be gone. He should be gone.
It should be, but they couldn't get rid of him because he was right.
No, I'm not disputing he was right in that, but it wasn't his place to go and bloody do it.
Then whose place was it? Because no one else was doing it, Dan.
No, he's one of their little employees. It's down to him to keep his mouth shut and do his job, and then he runs his gob off and gets a bloody red card in the next game.
Yeah, no, you're right, but who's
not you? I mean Romero.
Yeah, no, I get it. Whose place was it to call out the board, though? Who was it? Because no one in the club was doing it.
I totally agree with you, and I like
what
he said.
Our fans refused to protest.
Yeah. No,
so what perspective are you looking at this from, Dan? A fan or a board?
No, I'm looking on this on both sides of it, yeah? Now, as a fan, we loved what he did, but if anything, that was more down to the fan side. But when you just got 150 people standing there out of 55,000 walking past, it's very hard to get your point across. And I get what Romero done, but at the end of the day, he is their employee. Who are you to go? Who was he to go and say that about his boss? His boss, if we're thinking logical here, should have stripped him of his captaincy and kept him on and got him out of the club, or should have him out of the club now. That's how a real big boss would work as such. So I like what he done, but I'm just looking at it on the other side, that a true big club or a true billionaire would look at him and think, "Who are you, you little prick? Get out my club." You see where I'm coming from there?
I think that if Spurs were top four like Man United with Fergie, if someone in the chat said Aubameyang got axed for being disrespectful and coming late, but Arsenal weren't in a relegation fight, I think Romero did it because he knew it was untouchable, because the club was in a mess and everyone knew it's because of the decisions the board had been making. So I think he timed it well to get away with it, Dan. If we were top six...
I could see what you're saying.
Then I think they would have got rid of him. I would have said, you know, you ain't fucking doing that.
I mean, I get that.
But then again, Romero wouldn't have said it then.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. But then there's the other side of it, whichever side you like or disagree, it's irrelevant, really. Because on the realistic side, he was right on what he said, but it wasn't his place to go and bloody do it. Because the owners should, if they are proper owners, come down on him like a ton of bricks and kick him out of the club for that, like any big owner would as such, wouldn't they?
As a fan, you not applaud him for doing it.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. But I'm saying there's two sides.
They're the ones that have put us in this position.
Yeah, but they're also the ones now going to spend like 200, nearly 300 million. And if, you know, are they going to keep the boy there that belittled them in front of everyone at the club?
Well, I mean, it took 25 years, but sure.
Yeah, well, but either way. But what would you do to your employee that done that to you, Ben? What would you do?
So, some fans say that the board has spent a lot of money, partly because Romero did call them out.
I don't think that.
What would you do, Ben? Your employer, your little paint and decorator turns around and says, "Do you know what, Ben? I think you're a bit of a prick, really, and you can't paint properly." What would you do? Would you say fair play and get better?
You're fucking fair enough. You're right, mate.
That's my point. Even though you can't paint, you showed me what you do, and that it is abysmal. But you,
Alex, what would you do, mate?
No, look, do you know what? It's really, because the problem is, right? Stell is right.
I want to hear what Alex.
Yes.
So are you. Realistically, he didn't lie. But I know as a higher up, this is something that you're gonna have to take very seriously. And again, Stell hit the nail on the head. The timing of it, given the situation, they couldn't do nothing about it.
What do you think, Alex?
It's hard to answer.
It's box office. Basically.
Cherry pie, bitch.
I would say. Yeah, I think we need to sell. I think we need to sell him. I think that his time's passed for me. And I think it creates more problems than good. I think we've got enough defenders right now. For some reason, we signed Davis to a new contract. So if we're going to sign to a new contract, we've got to use him. So for me, with Senesi, Jan Van Heck. You got Van der Ven, Danzo. Who else is there?
Senesi.
Yeah, I said Senesi, didn't I? So I think that's enough. But you got
He's left-footed, though, and he's not going to play in Romero's position, Senesi.
Well, yeah, but I still think that's enough for what we want to do. I think obviously Danzo is not the same as the other three, but I just think at the moment, if you're gonna keep Romero, you've got to keep him as captain then. Because if you're going to get rid of him, if you're going to take away that captaincy, I just don't see a world him coming back into the team and being happy with somebody else with the captaincy. I just don't see a world like that. I really don't. And it's not that I like Romero and I feel sorry for him. I just think he's going to create more problems than good for me. You know what I mean?
think he does anyway. He's a very inconsistent player. Turns up when he wants to turn up. Can't keep his head together half the time. Doesn't run back for the bloody ball when he goes up the pitch to do it. Costs us goals, but also gets us goals as well. And that he's so inconsistent. He's got to be one of the most inconsistent. On his day, I keep saying it, he's as good as anyone. And then he'll have a 10, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 9, a 5, a 2, a 1. Get a yellow card and another, get a red card and a 9 and a 2, and it goes on from there. He's too inconsistent, especially as a captain. All right, he might have the bottle to run his mouth off to the ball and whatever, but what good's that on the pitch? Every time we was losing and getting battered every time, he wasn't going up to people and saying, come on, get your act together. Now and again, he'd run forward and try and do something, but still couldn't be bothered to come back half time. He only ever turns up when he wants to. He needs to be gone. And you can say he's had crap managers, but then that's a bad attitude of a player.
Yeah.
Even if the managers are crap, he's the captain. It's down to him to try and push it on the pitch then. He's got to lead by image, isn't it?
Yeah, and you've got to think, how many times has he gone missing at the back? How many times have you watched him not cover his man, on corners?
This is why I'm making the point. But this is why I'm making the point. We're going to have to cut our losses one way or another right now. Keeping it here is setting more questions to the team than good questions right now. Sorry if I'm not saying this right.
No, you are.
But right now, we need to start thinking about the team. At the moment, just getting rid of Romero just stops that problem right now. You know what I mean? We did it with Vuskovic, right? You know, we had the problem with he's got potential and all that, and you don't want to get rid of him. The decision was made. We said, so we're just going to decide to sell him. Brighton want him. Bye-bye, see you later, and we move on. All right? We need to do the same with Romero, and we can just get that question mark out of the way. Make sure you get enough money for him, because you need at least about £40 million for him. I don't do this £30 million for the centre-back, but I know he's not consistent enough, but you just need to sort that out and move on, because I think we've got more pressing problems right now for me, and you can use that money to use it on our pressing problems right now. You know what I mean?
Alex, tell me if you agree with us. How many times have we all sat here
about the squad problem of how many foreign players?
We don't rate Romero, but we want £40 million for him.
No, but my point is, though, still at the moment, it's going to be more problems him staying than him going. That's my point right now. Right?
By the way, can I just say, right, this comment here, Harry Kane got mugged off. You didn't see him drop shit about Spurs. You didn't see Harry Kane drop. Mate, Harry Kane was late coming back to the club because he was having a sulk, right? And when he did come back, he downed tools. He didn't even try until Conte came in.
Still spot on. Yeah.
What you're saying here is absolute bollocks, Nita.
He did, because Harry Kane, Stel was right. I mean, Stel, we were at the stadium, right? And we were like, this guy doesn't want to be here. He was in the games. In the games, he just didn't give a shit. Yeah, I remember that so
Yeah,
clearly.
Berbatov didn't give a shit.
And then as soon as Conte came in, it was like a switch. It was like Harry Kane came back.
I think
Yeah,
there's
But
no
it was also
surprise.
because he knew he weren't going nowhere, didn't he? He also knew it
Boys,
weren't going to happen.
Boys, listen, can I add something to what Alex said real quick?
If we put with same energy, Berbatov did this. Modric, I don't know, Modric did this. Bell did this. Good players do this because they know that the
Bale
entire
never did that.
is done. So
They
let's
did.
not stop with
Modric
Harry
did, so
Kane.
did Bale.
Harry Kane.
Bale left at the height of his Tottenham career. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know what
but
we're
Bale
doing.
also said, Bale also made the deal. You're going to get.
Loser. Like Harry Kane had how many years at Tottenham? Right, when he was the top goal scorer for most of the seasons. Right, save us out of a hole. Right, and we're comparing Romero to bloody Kane right now. Come on now, guys. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Alex, can I caveat something else you said?
One
Right,
minute, the
listen.
person in the comment mentioned Kane.
Yeah, I know. But look, going on to
us said it,
Romero, can I
Alex.
also bring something else up, which is quite important and no one's mentioned?
Still, it's all your
How many
fault, man.
times have each and every one of you lot sat there and
Yeah.
said, if Spurs are
Gaffer.
going to act like a big club, they need to sell at the right time. I think now is the right time to get rid of Romero. You got to think, you keep him around for another year, 2 years, his price is going to drastically drop. Listen, he ain't been at the club properly for 2 years. He's got value to him. Look how well he's doing in the World Cup. For the most part, he's scored a couple of goals. He's been a big integral part of the team. Now is the right time. If you want to be a big club, you've got to get rid of players at the right time, and now is the right time for Romero.
It's not by accident that the Inter rumors came out today, right? The first time we started hearing anything about Romero, we know
it's
this.
not happening.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's Inter, Dan.
No.
I'm saying there's no surprise. Romero wants to focus on the World Cup. He doesn't want all the transfer stuff. Now the World Cup is ramping down, right? He's almost done. Now you start to leak things. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to Inter, but you're starting to hear more talk about Romero because now he's willing to move. There's not going to be a problem to sell him. We're going to start to hear stuff now that the World Cup is over. Atletico is going to sell Alvarez for $100 million. They'll have money. I still think Atletico is the most likely place that he goes to. And I'm not saying he'll go to Inter, Dan. What I mean is now the agent starts linking something out. Oh, Romero's interest here. So now Atletico, you better step up and get him.
Yeah. After his past 3 years, though, he is a bit of a gamble, though, isn't he?
He is, but I think Simeone, you watch him, he's sitting there watching all those Argentina games, right? Because his son is there. He's Argentinian. I think Simeone knows Romero better, right, than most managers. I think he sees how he shows up for Argentina. He thinks likely, and I'm speculating here, I could be totally wrong, but Simeone seems as the kind of person, and with the relationship he has to Argentina, that he says, I can get Romero to care about Atletico. Because if Romero cares, as we see in Argentina, and as we saw at times under Conte, he's a very good player. So it's a risk, yes, but I think Atletico will be the one that makes the most sense for them. They lost long
It makes
way,
the sense
sucks, but
for the style of play and the manager and that. I could see him, if he goes back to Italy, some people are going to have to get sold for certain clubs and that. Because like I've said, the money out there is few and far between. I mean, they're selling to make money. When basically they have to sell to make the money in. He could go back to Italy and totally cook it over there. But Italy, it is a slower game than over here. More tactical, but it's a much slower game. And if anyone would have basically paid attention to his mentality, why, and he's so good, why has no one actually come in and even put in a bid for him last season when it was clear he wanted to go, but we just gave him another contract basically because he weren't going nowhere, so we could still possibly get a good price on him.
Still, given the point I made, do you not think, and you have been one of the people that have said, if you are a big club, you sell players at the right time as well as bringing them in. Do you not think now is the right time to get rid of Romero?
Yes, for the money. No, when we've got dog shit players like Danzo at the club who are technically...
But we've replaced Romero with Van Heck already. His replacement's there.
But you've got Danzo who's technically a buffoon. Him playing De Zerbi balls is just...
What do you mean? Danzo is a solid player. Player.
Mate,
You'll get more consistency out of Danzo than you will Romero.
When you play the football De Zerbi played just to keep us up, Danzo's good, right? Okay. Danzo in the Conte team and the Mourinho team will be good. The way we're going to play next year, Danzo is a fucking calamity. You saw it when he gave the ball away to Brighton to score the equaliser. De Zerbi ball and Danzo is like chalk and cheese, man. It doesn't work.
Okay, so what's Romero doing up the other end of the pitch and then doing nothing to come back on the mistake he's made then? What's that?
Romero never played under De Zerbi.
Neither did Danzo.
Wait, Romero did play under De Zerbi.
Yeah, he did. Sorry. Yeah, he did. No, I'm thinking of
did.
previous. No, you're right. I thought of either way.
Romero under De Zerbi would be good. It'd be a really good.
You think?
He did play under De Zerbi still.
Who?
He did, didn't he?
Romero. Yeah, he did. He got injured. He got injured against was it South Sunderland?
In one game, Danny. One game. I'm talking about.
Was it only one game he played?
Yeah, because
he played two.
Sunderland is the first game for De Zerbi.
He was
okay. So it was okay. Yeah, so he didn't even play a game then. Full game.
So why are you willing to give Romero another chance when
right.
you're not these younger players? I mean, look, because Romero's
because
again, I'm a fan of Romero, but why?
No, I'm talking about a player that can play out from the back. Romero can do it. He's a very progressive forward player in his passing. For me, he would suit De Zerbi's team, but Danzo, I think, is a calamity in a De Zerbi team. You know what Danzo is? He's your classic. He works hard. He's
a no-nonsense centre back. That's what he is. Simple as that.
And if you look at the centre backs we've signed, they are not that.
But if you're going to play free at the back, you need someone like Danzo in the middle.
Yeah. Do you not
play
think
free at the back with 3 ball-playing defenders? You need your no-nonsense centre back in the middle.
Do you not think?
No, that's what your number 6 and number 8 do in a back three.
Do you not think a squad?
Not necessarily.
Do you not think a squad that's trying to compete on all fronts, right? If we're going to build a squad to do that, do you not think you need players who've got certain traits, like a Danso, like a Gallagher in your squad?
The only good thing
because you can't have like a full team full of. Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
The only good thing about Danzo is he's happy to sit on the bench.
That's exactly
the other
what
thing is still you can have a team of two. The good thing
about
Danzo as well.
Most players who aren't good are happy to sit on the bench.
But you can't just have a team of Chiefs still. You need Indians as well.
And he's a pretty good Indian.
I don't think he's Indian, mate. I think he's more Bangladeshi.
Okay, fair enough. Either way, he'll still make a good curry, whatever way you want to put it. Yeah, but look, seriously, you can't just have a team. I don't think
there's any spice in his curry, mate. There's no spice.
Really?
Oh, he's got plenty of spice in his curry. What you want about, mate?
Mate.
So what is he? Is he more like a chicken korma?
Exactly.
What are we doing here?
Well, he's better in the air and more reliable than Van der Ven and Romero. He's got more physicality to him.
Zerbi's teams don't play.
And he's tactically astute as well, by the way.
We've already been saying earlier, though, and you agreed that we just don't know what De Zerbi's going to do. And if we play with a back 3 instead of a square or a triangle,
I know we're going to play the ball out from the back. I know we're going to play out from the back.
But then with a back 3, you still need your no-nonsense centre back in the middle.
If you play the ball out from the back, you need players that are comfortable on the ball. He's not good on the ball.
That's what the other 2 are there for. You still need, if you're going to play.
So if the other 2 are marked, what does Danzo do? He's got to receive and play, but he can't.
But no matter what you think, Danzo is our backup centre back. That's it. It's not going to be Van Heck. It's going to be Danzo. That's it.
Mate, for me, Danzo has to be the 4th choice defender. The other 3.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, that's
no, I think
we can get by with him. But if he has to start double-digit games next year, we're in trouble. But I don't think he will, because I think Senesi will come in, and even if it's Senesi and Van de Ven, one of them will play on the right. Probably Senesi will play on the right.
Yeah, I mean Van Heck can cover left and right. They can all, but the only one who I don't think could really be efficient on the right-hand side is Van de Ven, because he basically only uses his left foot.
Yeah, he looked bad when he's moved over.
I don't think Danso, if we were to have to use him for double-digit games, I don't think he's a bad player, because he's physically for the Premier League, right? He's very good in the air. He's unbelievable in the air, to be honest, right? And in the Premier League, you need players like that, because none of our centre-backs are good in the air, right? And when you're playing against teams that are good in the air, unfortunately, you need to have that tactical nuance, right? And ability to switch it up and bring a player like Danso into the game, because someone like him in certain games might be better than someone like a Senesi or someone like a Van Heck, for example, because Van Heck's also not good in the air either. And also with Danso, he's a very physical defender. Very physical defender.
So bad on the ball, I don't even know any team that plays with a
He's not
centre
that
back that's
bad on the ball. He's not atrocious.
You don't know
on the
any
ball.
team that does it, Scott.
Dan Burn. Dan Burn.
In Italy, a lot of teams do it.
In Italy, that's not.
Yes, that's
we're not
what I'm
blaming
saying.
you.
Bayern
That's the
Munich.
problem.
But what I'm telling
Upamecano's
you
not
is
great on
most
the
teams that play with
Neither's
three at the back
hanging in.
have a no-nonsense centre-back, someone who can just muscle it up, like a Dragusin, like a Danzo, and they have two ball-playing defenders either side to play out, basically. They usually always have a no-nonsense centre-back in the middle, and you're going to get more consistency out of him than you are Romero.
Mate, I just think he's technically...
I don't get the Danzo.
No, he's technically not gifted, I agree.
He's a donkey, and having players like that in a team that's going to play possession-based football, I don't think...
Yeah, but what do you want? Do you want the donkey that's going to get you up the street by the end of the day, or do you want the horse that keeps kicking you in the head?
No,
That might be your best one yet, Dan, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like
that
that
one might be the only one that's ever made any sense.
Fuck you know.
I don't want to shoot. I don't want to shoehorn animals into the gorilla cage. I want a proper gorilla.
Cool. You're definitely going to be walking like John Wayne then.
Mate, if you want to keep Danzo and you think it's a good idea, great, but he will let us down. He's shit. He's not a technical...
Yeah, but Romero lets us down all the time as well, consistently.
Yeah, because not when there's a good manager, he hasn't.
Oh, right. So it's not. So it's only down to the. So it's now only down to the manager that the players have played crap. It's not that just some of them haven't got the right mentality or not.
I blame Thomas Frank all last season. I put all the blame on him, and I blame Tudor for everything. For me, the coach has a responsibility to get a team playing, right? So yeah, it's on the coach most of the time, but there's a minimum level you can get to with average players. So I don't expect.
I get what you mean.
Thomas Frank to get us above top 6 with that crap of shit we had.
Okay.
However, why were we singing Van der Ven's praises for a good
half a season?
We slagged off Van der Ven all last season.
No, we didn't. We were all singing him up for about half a season. He had a very good half of the season. We were all
the first half of the season. You're right, Ben. Yeah, the first half of the season, everyone praised him and then he fell.
Hold on a minute. You, Dan, and Sava been calling out Van der Ven, saying he's overhyped. He's not actually that good as a defender.
I've always said I think he's a good defender, but I think he's got more praise because of his pace. I've always said that. I think he's good. I don't think he's outstanding.
No,
and I said he was good. I've never said he's outstanding.
You said I don't know if he's any good because he's never actually
at the start of last season, yes, and then when it came halfway through the season, I stated clear as day to anybody he's proved he can play as a flat line at the back. But I still personally believe he's a good defender. He's very poor in the air. He's good on the floor. But the thing is with him, he gets an extra 20-30 million on his cherry because basically he's very quick.
Why?
Not one player was good last season at Spurs.
And the first half of the season, he was probably
what about Archie Graysdale? He got player of the season.
Van der Ven was our best player for the first half of the season, wasn't he?
Nobody was good last season until De Zerbi came in. Nobody.
No, Van der Ven was good for the first half of the season.
Paulinho was fantastic.
Van der Ven was good for the first half. Dan,
he got dropped for most of the season.
Even Scott M is saying that. So yeah,
I think Van der Ven was good, and then
I can accept that. I can accept that. Out of 25 players, 2 were good under Frank. Great.
No, I agree with that.
So I'm sorry. My argument is Romero under a proper coach is a good defender and better than Danzo.
Right. So what back?
So he has to have a proper coach to be a good defender.
Centre-backs then. Who are our 2 centre-backs then?
Van der Ven and
for next season.
Hecke.
Yes. If we're playing with a flat back 4, who are 2 centre-backs?
The 2 Dutchies.
I say at the moment, I think you've got to go with Jan van Heck, and I think you're not dropping.
It's Paul Van Heck, isn't it?
JP.
Well,
just call it JP. All the Brighton fans do.
Messi and Van Heck, because technically they've been playing out of the back for the last 2 years as football players, so they're ready for it.
Right, so you go and do that then Romero's got to go because he ain't going to sit on the bloody subs bench because his ego's too big. He ain't going to be. Then you're going to have to drop him with his captaincy because you don't have a bloody captain to sit on the bloody bench, do you? So Romero's got to go then.
I've already told you he's not going to be captain.
But then he's got to go. He's got to go.
He's not captain.
Well, you take his captaincy off him. Yeah, his ego's too bloody big. He ain't going to want to sit on the bench because he's Mr. Argentina, isn't it? And he's going to have to go then. Otherwise, there's no logic on keeping him.
He's going to have to go because he's been poor for 2 seasons running. That's it.
The whole team's
End of.
been poor for 2 seasons running, NG.
Still, do you not think that?
Mate, hold on a minute. Tell me which players have been good for 2 seasons at this club.
Consistently, no one.
Richie scores goals. Richie scores goals.
Right, kick him off. Kick him off the fucking stream. I'm not listening to that shit.
The fella in the chat keeps saying it. You got to listen to him. He keeps telling you, Richie scores goals, man. He saved our ass last year.
Listen,
I don't like where this is going at all.
We all know if Richie starts for us next season as striker, there's going to be a nuclear meltdown, right? The Pigeon is our striker next season. God help us, man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but the whole point with what Dan's saying is exactly what I said earlier. If you've got somebody as a captain, right, and he's not going to be playing, and you take away the captaincy, I'm sorry, you're done. You're done. You can't have a captain that you can't have somebody who was captain and take away the captaincy and expect him to be happy as Larry. He's not going to be happy as Larry. So
exactly. I agree, Alex.
The decision has already been made if you've done that. So you have to get rid of him. There's no
Alex, do you think Romero would be happy if he gets his captaincy taken away?
No way. Way. I mean, a bit of an ego side of things will say, "No, sorry, I'm not having it."
Would you know what I mean? What would you do, Alex?
Yeah,
I'll get rid of him because it's more trouble than.
No. I mean, if it was Alex Romero, what would you do?
I'll go because my ego wouldn't take it. My ego can take it. Honestly, Dan.
Can or can't.
It can't because the ego type of me will say to me, "You're not off. This guy's doing a better job than me."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So you'd want out if you was Romero.
If
he was in his position. Okay.
If you know the man, right, he have a little bit of pride about himself as well. You get what I'm saying? You know, I know certain man, they won't admit it, but sometimes when something's taken away from you, it's like the pride that kind of like tickles you a lot. You get what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to
take away, doesn't it?
You get what I'm trying to say. But you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not trying to go around the subject, but you get what I'm saying. The people I know. Well, I'm around. Like you can't take away things from them because you know that it's going to get them. You get what I'm saying?
Especially if it tickles you.
You've got to get that out that room because they're going to get frustrated.
I think you lot are overthinking this, man.
No, I'm not overthinking it. I think it's just, you know what I mean? I don't think it's overthinking at all.
For me, right? If I just want Spurs to have a really good football team, and if we're going to put Danzo and Ben Davies ahead of Romero, then I just can't live in that world because Danzo is technically a buffoon and Ben Davies is an absolute shit cunt, and Romero.
Wow,
mate,
wow. No, mate, seriously, it's all right. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Come on, let it out. We're here for you.
I will
Come on, people.
Please,
calm down. Right. It's all right, mate. It's all right. Seriously.
Ben Davies,
it's all right. We're here for you, man. Calm down. It's okay.
The last 25 years.
Okay, calm down. It's okay. I'm sorry. It's okay. Everything's going to be cool, mate.
Right? If you want to lose a game, make Ben Davies the mascot. With all the
Stel, you're going to give yourself piles, mate. Stop. Stel, honestly, man.
You would rather have Ben Davies than Romero. You want Ben Davies ahead of Romero.
Oh my god!
Oh shit, man!
That's so funny.
Scott, you're not even going to crack a smile, mate. Come on, bud.
I can't stand Ben Davies at Tottenham.
Really? Shit. Who knows? We might get Timo Werner back as well.
me, man. Ben Davies. new
No, not
contract.
tonight, mate. The snooker's on.
Do you know, even when I think of Tonali in the middle, or passes it to Fernandez, Van Heck pulling the ball out of defensive, when I just picture it, and as soon as Ben Davies comes in my head, everything goes wrong. Everything.
Well,
Anyway.
maybe there's a.
Who would you
times where
rather at a
should get
club?
Ben
Ben
in your head
Davies or Richarlison?
You. I'd rather you, Benji.
then. Ooh.
Benji Davies.
Oh yeah,
Benji.
Benji and the gaffer, innit? Benji and the gaffer.
After losing about 6 stone to be Benji Davies. Holy shit.
Mate, I don't care. Just a kid, an academy kid that gets a chance to play a bit of football. I don't care. I'd rather not. I'd rather have 24 players in the squad.
What is your problem with Ben Davies? He's loyal.
Innit?
He's not terrible. He's 6 out of 10, Ben.
6. You just said it there. 6 out of 10.
Well, it's better than the
Ben.
rest of the shit
Where's
we've
your
got.
answer?
They're like 2 out of fucking 10 most weeks.
Who?
Ben Davies came on this season before he got injured and was the best player on the pitch for fucking the 2 games he played.
Yeah, you've said that enough times, Ben. Defend him. Go on, go for it. Tell
Yeah,
Stel about
fuck
himself.
you, Stel. All right, there's nothing wrong with Ben Davies. As far as I'm concerned, it's 10 out of 10 Ben. He's a top man.
You're being an absolute tosser
He gets
right
on with
now.
his job.
What
You're
an
all
absolute
right,
tosser.
Don't have it, Benj.
What about Scott M? He likes Ben Davies.
No. Benji took a sabbatical off YouTube last year because he couldn't handle what was happening to his club and he wants to defend Ben Davies. Mate, you are,
Can either confirm or deny.
you're,
no.
mate, you're a tosspot scumbag. All the whole
I'm just saying, right? Out of all the players of Spurs, why do you
Scumbag
Ben Davies?
Benji.
Get back in your fucking cupboard, mate.
I'm gonna have to in a minute.
Mate, I want you to start a channel called Scumbag Hotspurs.
Oh my god.
I love you, Benji. I love you.
Ah,
Yeah, isn't there one of them and it's got last words in it and shit? But anyway, I think I agree. Ben Davies isn't quite. I think Ben Davies isn't quite good enough. But you know, either way, he's there. We can't change that. There's a few players like that, but either way, Romero has to go. And I think Ben Davies can cover that spot.
I actually can't believe that Romero is going to leave the club before Ben Davies. I actually can't. I just don't know how that's happened. I can't believe that's happened.
yeah, there's a class difference still. That's why, mate. You're just gonna have to learn to deal with it.
Everyone,
Yeah.
we're gonna leave the club before Ben Davies. He's gonna be here.
Forever. Good old Ben Davies.
You see those cryogenic people on like Futurama? That's gonna be Ben Davies. It's gonna be on Futurama. His head will be in the jar like Richard Nixon, and he'll be still at Spurs.
He'll be
Playing
bionic
left
Ben. He'll
back.
be playing for Spurs till he's 50, mate. Don't worry about it. That'll replace his knees, his hips, everything. Just gonna keep him going. Wire him
look
up
what
to a
he's
car
done,
battery on his back.
innit?
He'll be fine.
Look what he's done for us. Surely
Look
we're meant to
what
be
he's
a
done for
sentimental
us.
club, aren't we?
I love these top G's in my chat. Big up all the top G's. Romero was horrible in Ange's second season, except the final when it mattered. When it mattered, man of the match. Yeah, my captain. But hey, you didn't go to that 250,000 fan parade, did you? Or if you did, thank Romero. All right, there you go. How's about that?
Well, no, it was
Self-satisfied-
actually-
Despite all of our difference
It was
of
actually
opinion, you've got to
BJ who
admit
scored the
this.
goal.
No, despite all our difference of opinion, we have to admit this. In a final, you'd want Romero playing, right? Any given final.
Yes, let's
But
get rid of him.
you can't
Let's
base
get rid
it
of
on that.
him.
But you can't base it on that still. You can't.
Exactly,
You
because
can't.
we've got 38
You
games
can.
to play.
We need winners.
So that's why I'm
So
not
we
wanting Harry
basically
Kane
give
at
up
club
the other-
just because he doesn't score goal. You can't. It don't work like that. It don't. I'm sorry.
We won
I'm sorry, it
nothing
don't
with
work
Ben
like that.
Davies. We won when he got minutes on the pitch. We won nothing. Nothing.
Did Ben Davies get a medal for the Europa?
He's a
I
young
think
serious
yeah.
winner, mate.
Mikey
He's a
Moore
winner.
got a fucking medal. Mikey Moore.
And Austin.
So Ben Davies is a winner then.
He's a winner
No, he's
still. What do you
not.
want? What more do you
Yes,
want?
still, he's a winner.
Experience.
What are you
He's a
on about,
winner.
It's like, do you know what you're doing now, right? This is like those Man United players like Phil Jones who picked up multiple trophies doing fuck all just because he was in the squad.
Scott
right?
Carson at City.
Exactly.
He's What a guy.
Oh, I
Easy
think
money.
Scott gone. I
Yeah,
have to go.
he had to go.
All
He
right,
left-
big
he
up-
left
big
a
up to
message
Scott,
on you.
by the way. Thank you for being on the show, Scott.
He
Listen,
had to
guys,
fake
I'm
potato.
gonna wrap it up because I think I've got a hernia.
Piles, mate. It's called piles.
I think
Well,
maybe
gas.
it's piles. Mate, I think I did. I shat myself talking. I've got some kind of injury when I bounced in the chair, shout like that. Something's popped in my back. All right, too much info, guys.
Bang your knees on the desk.
Mate, do you know what? On a serious note, guys, were you not shocked when it was announced that Ben Davies is getting a 1-year contract? Were you just a little bit
No.
like, really? Really?
No,
It was
genuinely, I
irrelevant.
wasn't.
It was irrelevant.
Yeah.
Personally, I didn't care.
Yeah.
No,
Same for me.
honestly, I was a bit surprised. If I'm going to be honest, I was a bit like, really? Like, is this how we're starting? Here we go again, sort of thing. And obviously, they changed that very quickly. I must admit, we should have got rid of that fella a long, long time ago. But your hate towards him still is just it's
Irrational.
despicable. No, it's
Yeah.
despicable. It's disgusting.
For such a seasoned
really,
professional, someone who's given his heart to this
Innit?
club.
for someone who calls
You make
himself
me
a
sick.
gaffer, you embarrassing. You're embarrassing,
Oh.
man. Honestly, call yourself a gaffer.
Do you remember when Donald Trump won the election and people took to the street saying, not my president, right? That's how I feel. Not my Spurs player. Not my Spurs player.
Tottenham High Street. No more Ben.
Yeah.
Not
Bell,
my Ben.
I'm
Not my Ben.
gonna make a request to Spurs to get Ben Davies to send a signed shirt and an autographed photo of himself to you for your birthday. I think that'd be a
You know what
lovely
I mean?
treat.
And I'm going to get you a pair of boxers with a Ben's face on it.
Yeah,
a
and the
red
way
X
you go
going
on
through
about it still, you might as well be the fella on top of the building with a bloody sniper's rifle, for God's sake.
I will. That's not a bad idea.
it. Justice for Ben. Not a bad idea.
Mate, at
Goes
least he'll
Tottenham and
free
he
up-
says he wants to walk the walk on the building. Oh, pop.
Listen,
Baked
at
potato.
least he'll free up a place for a proper football player at the club. Someone that actually can kick a ball, pass it, run without getting injured. Someone that can give us more than 2 minutes in the season. In fact, he's a massive reason why Wales didn't go to the World Cup as well.
Mm.
I blame him.
So you
Actually,
don't
I
rate
blame
him then?
all of Wales's failures.
I've got a funny
Anyway,
feeling he doesn't like Ben Davies.
Yeah.
Mate,
I think this goes deeper. I think this goes deeper.
As a
Come
human
on,
being-
come on, still
as a
let it
human
out, mate.
being,
Come on,
right,
we're
as a
all here as
human
friends.
being-
Let it out.
as a human being, I reckon he's a lovely human, down to earth, humble, good family man, all of that. As a footballer,
So your type of man, then?
no, because as a footballer,
Okay,
I think
no.
he's fucking shit, absolute dog.
I get
Oh.
it. You prefer a man that's a lot more assertive, sort of thing.
No, I'm talking about footballers. Don't twist it into men and what I like.
Well,
men
what are
and-
they? No, I was just saying, like, what sort of person you like? He's a man, footballer,
I know,
whatever you want to
I
call
know,
him.
I know,
You want
I know.
you want a Romero, an assertive player, basically. You don't like Ben Davies, like weak men, basically. You
Romero's
just
a winner for me.
don't do
I
it.
think Romero's a winner.
Yeah, but so's Ben Davies. He's got a medal to prove it, mate.
Mate,
What's the
so's
problem?
Scott Carson and Phil Jones.
Exactly. Proven winners.
They're not. They're proven.
You're a
Just
stats man. He's a winner. That's it. Sorry, mate.
there's details to the stats. There's context. You know, Phil Jones is basically.
Yeah, that's
that
great.
word.
The facts tell me he's a winner. Ben, 10 out of 10.
All right, keep him.
Davies,
Just
he's
keep
a
him
winner.
here. Another 5 years, he's a winner.
God,
Yeah.
we hope so. Everyone on the
Still,
podcast-
he's going to be our manager. I tell you, in about 5 years' time, he'll be our
Mate,
manager.
I won't
And he
support
will
Tottenham.
smash it. He's going to be
I
the next
won't
Jose
support
Mourinho.
Tottenham, he says.
He's going to be the next Jose Mourinho. Mark my words, still.
If
Go
Ben
sort your
Davies
piles
becomes
out.
Manager, if Ben Davies becomes manager, right, I am going to take Stellegation to a different level. Stellegation's back. Ben Davies manager, Stellegation's back. Back stronger than ever before.
Now go take your medication and finish the show.
No, how can I take medication when Ben Davies at the club? I'm always ill now. Forever ill. There's no cure.
No, but I get your point. We shouldn't have signed his contract. What the hell is he doing here? I'm totally with you on that one. It's true.
After all
I
that.
just don't despise him.
Alex, box office, are you happy that Ben Davies is still at the club? Is that your kind of vision?
No, nothing. I'm not happy. I did support him. Was it? It was like 6 years ago because of Posh. But now, like I was out quite a long time ago, like 2 years, I think 4 years into it. So yeah, I would have got rid of him. So I will get rid of lots of players, and it's not because Danny says it's not realistic. It's just because I'm just saying my opinion on it now. Because then people, when these players play well, they'll say to me, "I need to support these players." Well, I said, "Well, did you hear what I said about the squad and how many players I wanted to keep?" So you can't answer that question now because like I'm fed up with people telling me I need to defend these players when they're playing well. You know what I mean? So for me, Davis was one of the players on my list. Get rid, but we're keeping him. So because he's not going to play that many games. But well, I'm just waiting for the day when these people in the season when he starts playing and they're going to have the meltdowns about Ben Davis. Not talk about someone specific, someone on the stream right now that hasn't got his camera on that's made fun of me. A certain the dude did Danny Kuriaku. You know what I mean? Sorry.
Wow.
Just to say this.
You could have just said his name.
For Danny Gane, yeah.
I know. I'm just, you know.
If
Yeah,
Ben
but
Davies,
do you have faith in De Zerbi? Do you have faith in De Zerbi?
I did until he gets Ben Davies.
So basically, you've got no faith in this manager now.
I have an element of concern that he's kept Ben Davies.
There's a few questionable decisions he's made, and it'll be proven if he's done well, made the right decision this season. Kinski staying as number one, that's one. Ben Davies staying as well, right? Keeping the likes of Archie Gray, that's another one as well, right? Tell as well, right? If he doesn't get anybody in that front line, that's going to be questionable as well, right? The way that he uses, I mean, now he's made Fernandez his main midfielder as well. We'll see how he fits in as well. And if he gets Krupi in, there's going to be huge question marks on him. You know what I mean? So, and he's got the players he wants as well. So, really, there's a lot of scrutiny. I know that he kept us up last season and he gets the credit for it. But with the money we spent, there's a lot of spotlight on De Zerbi right now. Let's be honest here. You know what I mean? Even without the strikers, there is still a lot of, because we can sit in this little bubble of ours, but we know the rivals are going to be on us like chomp on chips if we don't do anything this season, especially with the likes of Aston Villa and Newcastle struggling because of FFP. So we've got the biggest advantage right now. So for me, at the moment, the spotlight is on Tottenham right now. All right, we wanted the spotlight. We want the attention. Now we've got the spotlight. So what are we going to do with it? That's what I've got to say. Back to you, Steve. Done.
Yeah.
I agree with everything Alex just said. I think Danny's left as well.
Did DK not want to talk about Ben Davis?
Yeah.
He never got his chance.
Let's have Ben Davies. No. Benji, no. We are going to...
No, listen, I'm winding you up, mate. I also think Ben Davis should have been gone a while back, but I just don't understand this irrational hate boner you've got for him, that's all.
No, I don't hate him. I dislike him.
A huge hate boner for him.
No. This is where you are getting confused. I said very clearly, I think he's a lovely man. I reckon he's great with the family. I reckon he's really energetic and positive in the dressing room. As a footballer, I think he's fucking shit. Like, awful football player. I don't want players like that at Tottenham. I'm sick of them all. Odegaard, Davies, Tells, who's the other one? That fucking idiot. Dragusin, gone. Vicario, gone. And they've all got to go. All of them. Out.
No, for sure. No, okay. I agree, mate. I agree.
By the way, with that poll we did.
Yes.
First sign a striker and a left winger. What's your expectation for us playing one game a week? 30% have said top 4. 46% said top 6. 19% top 8. Only 6% think mid-table. So the overwhelming 76% expect
top 6.
Top 6 minimum.
Top 6. I can go if we get a striker in that, but Benny's also right on what he says. The last I say, it's the manager's job, but a team doesn't necessarily gel in 5 minutes, does it? It might take half a season for us to start actually kicking, basically, to get it all working if most of them haven't played with each other. That sounded wrong. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Fair enough. Guys, as always, thank you for watching tonight's show. As you can see, this isn't an echo chamber. Everyone's allowed to say what they say. And some of you in the chat might say, why is he on the show? Why have you let him on? Because everyone's welcome on this channel to come and say whatever they want. That's how we do it. If you don't like it, it's not for you. If you like it, subscribe. You're going to love more of this as the season goes on. Benji, are you on any shows coming up soon? I know you've been doing a few shows.
I mean, yeah, I've been doing the rounds.
You got your first negative, hateful comment as well, which I congratulated you on.
I've had a guy that's followed me on 3 different shows and absolutely fucking hates me. He says I move my mouth too much, and that I've made it on YouTube as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
you've got someone who absolutely hates you. That's it. You're done.
Congratulations.
Bless you. Move my mouth too much. What the fuck? Some sort of hamster. But yeah, no, I've been doing the rounds. I've been slowing myself out.
You know what that is?
What?
It's the Italian. We move our hands too much, but it's the
You
American.
think it's the Italian? I think it's an oral fixation, my hands for sure. No, yeah, I've been doing the rounds a little bit. I'm back on YouTube again now. I do plenty on Dan's show. I am tinkering with the idea of starting my own show, maybe. We'll see, but you know, something's in the pipeline. It's a possibility, so we shall see further down the line. But again, thank you for having me on the show. Very much appreciate it.
Well, check out Benji. Maybe he's going to start his own show soon. So have a look at that. Box office. You got you said there's a video coming out soon that you've done.
I've got 2 videos coming out. Best, worst, and bang. I've been promising it for about 2 years now. It's coming soon. It's coming in a couple of days.
What's it called?
It's on transfers. It's on transfers, and you're going to be interested to see what transfers I'm happy with and not happy with. And
if it's 2 years old, Alex, it's going to be a bit out of date, isn't it?
No. It's obviously about the recent transfers we've done.
Oh, right. I get it. No, sorry, I misunderstood you, mate.
Yeah. No. The way I said it, yeah, but I've been promising this best, worst, and bang for 2 years, right? And it's coming. It's definitely coming in the next couple of days because the first one, I'm literally done it now, so it's coming soon. And the second one is coming soon as well. And some people are not going to be happy about what I'm saying about some of our signings, but you know, it is what it is. Mr. Box Office on the round, making people rattled and getting banned on YouTube. So that's how it is, isn't it? And
getting banned on YouTube.
Yeah. But you'll see me more on my own channel because I ain't coming on anybody else's channel anymore. I'm not doing this. It's the only reason why, because Danny Kuriaku, he's a very good guy. I love him a bit in terms of friend and stuff, but he's so deluded.
No, he's dickhead.
He's always delightful, but he's deluded. But you know, the last time you're going to see me on other channels, it's only going to see me on Mr. Box Office TV because I've got to focus on the channel and do what I'm good at, best at, doing good content. So
we'll see you on Hotspur Hood next week, then, yeah.
No, you won't see me. You won't see me. I like Dan, even though we've had a bit of a disagreement. I love Dan because Dan has backed me all this time. But that's how it is. You know what I mean? So, like I said, a bit big up to everybody who supports. Sorry to the losers that have a go at me, but I ain't going nowhere. And it's Mr. Box Office TV. And like I said, check out the new content I've got on Best Worth and Bang Average Top 5. Back to you, still. I'm done.
So when can we expect that Croupy video, mate?
Sorry?
When can we expect that Croupy video?
I don't know.
I may try and get it out. That'd be. I think everyone would love to see that. That'd be very interesting.
Yeah, I will. I'll do it. Do you know? I'll do it one day this week. I'll do it one day this week. Dan, when's the Hotspur Hood up and running? When's the next show?
Should be over the next day or two. Going to be a lot more consistent now. That got a lot of things out of the way and that, and just go with the flow. Basically, looking forward to the start of the season, and that's that. Cheers for letting us on. Been a laugh.
Always, all you guys are always welcome. Guys, I'll be back on probably Friday, actually. I think I'll do a show Friday night and then Sunday. Early Sunday, yeah. Friday and Sunday I'll be back. And obviously tomorrow, the big game where the country hasn't been this together since we all wanted Arsenal to lose the Champions League.
It's true.
Facts.
Truth bombs. All right, people, thanks for watching. Smash like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow all these guys, and we'll be back soon. Come on, Spurs.